No matter what world you live in, heroes are not enough. These two worlds are on a path of collision. Lines are blurred and trust runs thin as these five soups face a power bigger than the universe. Some on a personal mission to right the wrongs of the past. Others fighting for blood, fighting from the shadows, fighting to get home. These five need to put their egos aside and quickly learn to fight together, or else.
I think we're running from it, so I'm gonna kill it.
I'm gonna freeze your arms off.
Man, you're doing some massive damage to start. Let's go.
I don't trust you.
But we're also heroes, so we're not gonna kill them.
Who said I was a hero?
So it's going to attempt to use its mandibles to eat you.
Rolled a natural 20.
Wow.
Your strength is in not that.
Welcome to Backseat Directing.
Where we talk about movies, TV shows, comics, and more.
We're your hosts,
Andrew,
and Arron.
we put out new episodes every Monday and Thursday.
This is our first episode of our D&D campaign, Collision.
Now, before we get started, we do want to ask you to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our awesome content.
And now to introduce to you our DM, Kaylee.
My name is Kaylee Clay. I've been playing D&D since 2019. Arron approached me about running a D&D game in celebration of Backseat Directing's 100th episode. So we got a group together and decided that it may be a really cool idea to take Backseat's Directing normal topics of Marvel and DC and bringing that to the D&D world and gameplay. So, laser beam and flash fire. The three goons you've been following scurry down the alley at full speed ahead of you. Laser beam speeds overhead with Anethna, your hero partner, and flash fire in close pursuit on foot. The goons turn a corner trying to lose you, and I need you guys to make me dexterity checks to try and keep up.
20, right?
Yep, D20.
15.
15.
Do we add anything to that?
Your dexterity modifier.
I got 16 plus 2 with my dexterity modifier, so 18 total.
17 for me.
Okay. Let me see here. As you guys barrel ahead, you see as the goons turn this corner, one of them manages to keep his feet about him, though he is still losing ground on you. You're superheroes. You've done this before. These are normal goons. You guys are gaining on them, but you watch as two of the goons ahead of you don't see the pile of trash as they look over their shoulder to find you guys where you are behind them, to locate you in the air and on the ground to see, okay, how much room do they have to do any kind of a plan. They trip. Garbage cans litter the ground. They lose their footing, find the floor with their faces, and manage only barely to scurry back up. You're about 15 feet behind them as they continue forward, one of them breaking off to a break in the alleyway to the left. Based on the map Anethna gave you, you're leading them to a trap. You're leading them to an alleyway where it's blocked off on two sides. You're coming in on two directions, one exit that leads to a main street. You know they're not going to want to go there. Okay, what are you doing to try and catch these bad guys as one of them splits off and the other two head straight?
Do you want to split up?
I say we split up. I'll take the 2 if you want to chase the one.
Okay. Means if we mess up, Twinkle Toes, it's on you.
I got the 2.
Anethna kind of gives a laugh as you guys exchange, kind of nodding her head. I'll go straight with you. Go ahead and roll me dex checks.
15 plus 2, 17.
17? Okay.
6. 9. 9 plus 2, 11.
11? Okay. So 16, 11. Anethna did not roll great, so she kind of falls behind you, flash fire. You turn a corner following that first goon, knowing full well where this alleyway is going to take him. You continue both on your way. You guys are gaining on them. They don't have the same speed and dexterity that you have. They turn the corner, continuing, and then begin continuing straight down the way, the path that you basically laid out before this happened. You continue straight, seeing the opening into the area that you've been leading them into. And as you guys continue forward, you see as the goons, obviously ahead of you, reach these openings first, as planned according to the map that Anethna had laid out for you. However, something weird happens as they pass into that opening. Something weird that catches you strangely off guard. And that something weird happens all around you. You watch as the world seems to grow almost thin, the very air turning into threads of light that you can visibly make out ahead of you. They shimmer and ripple, becoming bigger and then invisible again as they seem to reach some kind of kinetic crescendo ahead of you, right where the goons pass through. Their forms become blurred, their images only as though you're looking through fogged glass. And you see as the dirty walls of your alleyways, yours and yours ahead of you, both seem to go from pristine without any kind of notable light sources illuminating them, without kind of graffiti covering them. You see as the wall seems to begin to become neon lit where these threads are. The empty brick walls become graffitied, that same thread likeness tapering the artwork closest to you and into a sprawling masterpiece on the other side of this strange energy fogginess. You watch as the goons pass through to the other side, not much visible beyond their forms as the blurriness just kind of grows. And then they halt, as though turned to stone, utterly rigid. And then each of them, you watch as the one in front of you and two in front of you, all of them take what seems to be a fearful step back. Are you pausing in front of this fog?
No. Come on, bro. You're chasing
Rolling
two
down.
of them.
I'm chasing 2 of them. We're going.
You're chasing them
Go.
through? You guys plow ahead into this fog, and Nethna close behind. You recall what she's told you. You know what you're hunting. And you know that you found it.
It's about time.
Now we're gonna switch sides. Chaos in the streets, screaming. That's what sent you down this way. Not all of you plan to come to New York to deal with some kind of a monster crisis, but here you are. In the main streets of the downtown New York area, when the screaming started, there were few heroes who weren't quickly on the scene. The Justice Society and Titans sprang into action right away, and you all, being heroes or as curious as you are, did too. And then you were soon dispatched by the likes of Hawkman, Cyclone, and Stargirl to prowl the deeper streets of the city. If there are monsters showing up here, we need to make sure they're not anywhere else. So, you find yourselves heading in the same directions, to the south end littered with mazes of alleyways and less open space. More corners for bystanders to get caught in. To do just that. How are you traversing the depths of New York and searching for danger?
They're running across the rooftops.
Running across the rooftops? Excellent. Okay. Go ahead and roll me acrobatic checks as you go from rooftop to rooftop.
Is that going to sprint? Is that going to rooftop?
So I rolled a 7 and my acrobatics is +8.
Okay. So that's a 15. So that's really good. Okay. As you are sprinting rooftop to rooftop, I'm glad I prepared for this. I knew it. The archer that you are. Rooftop to rooftop, you are going on, and you see like billowing smoke beginning in certain corners of the city, and you begin to head for one. And the sounds of screaming is all around you. Whatever is happening, it's everywhere and it's massive. What are you doing?
Me, as Plasma, I'll take the gutters. I'll take the sewers.
You're taking the sewers?
It's where I tend to have to sleep in the current state of my life, so I'm pretty comfortable and know that area pretty well.
Okay, perfect. Let's see here. As you take the sewers, go ahead and roll me. So you're familiar with the sewers, right?
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll me a survival check with advantage because you know this place so well.
Okay, I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Survival. I have +5, so that's 14.
Okay, and then with advantage, so then you roll again
Okay.
and you take the higher number.
20. Okay, so it's just
20, let's go!
20
First
+5.
of the night.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so natural 20 plus 5, so that's a 25 total, but a critical success navigating these sewers. You know this place like the back of your hand.
Oh, yeah.
You've spent years here getting to know the sewers. If there's one place that you know you can get anywhere to, like some people use the subway systems. Other people who can fly, they use the skies, but you know the sewers are a great place to run across villains and find hideouts that the people in the skies never do. You go through the sewers and you hear the strangest sounds echoing through them. Sounds that you've never heard before.
I make a rush towards the new foreboding sounds.
You begin to move toward the sounds, and as you do, you find that the sounds of screams from up above, they're echoing down here. They're so loud, and you begin to find what seems to be a crescendo of just chaos. You make your way towards it. Voidwalker, what are you doing? How are you navigating the streets to find these sources of danger?
I am going to take the alleyways and any of the darkest spots I can possibly find in the streets.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me, you're from New York, correct?
Yeah.
Roll me survival with advantage.
You get to roll twice though. Take the higher number.
Okay, so that one was an 8.
It's just a practice. That's just a practice roll. Yeah.
All right. 14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a lot of chaos going around. It's not easy to traverse, especially when it seems that there are screams coming from everywhere. You know that things happen all the time anyways, with the number of villains that prowl this world. But this you haven't seen in a long time. You may have never seen in your life before. But the sounds of screams and the smoke that you can see between the alleyways and the skies, that's unmissable. So as you begin to traverse your way through this city, you easily kind of manage to pick up on what seems to be a central area, and it's an area that you're very familiar with. It's a very dark part of town. As though, like this part of New York, as though it's been just hammered by villain after villain, and there is just kind of this consistent depth to it that New York, most of the rest of it, doesn't have under the sights of the Justice Society and the Titans and the other heroes that exist. This place is a place that you like to prowl often. You know you can find a lot of work here. And this work has led you right back to it. So, you guys have found yourselves all kind of gathered into a certain kind of area as you come onto the street. You kind of coming from the sewer, you find yourself beneath the sewer grate that leads to, you hear feet plowing overhead. The kind of like stony ceiling almost shakes with the weight of people just rushing past. You see the ladder going up. Are you going to go up?
I do not feel fear. I am fear. So I approach without hesitance.
All right, you begin your way up this ladder, and as you put your hand on the kind of the manhole of the sewer, you come from the building above this sewer hole. You come above this building and you see, the first thing that you do see is fire. You see fire in a building that you imagine by the way there are kind of rave lights beaming through apparent holes in the ceiling, neon lights in the alleyways. You take that this may have been some kind of a club of some sort. And as you come, you see people just rushing in their nightclub clothes. And you see people rushing out of the apartment building that you stand on. Just fear, utter fear driving them away, away, away. And as you see this going down on the street, you hear that same sound that Andrew heard, that Plasma heard from beneath in the sewers. And you find your eyes drawn to the other side of this alleyway and club. Voidwalker. You come upon the city street and the crowds are immense. You find yourself struggling. It's like swimming through water that's rushing the other direction. The people they're men, women, and children running past in droves. But you hear that same sound from across the burning building. You watch as a sewer grate opens ahead of you, kind of in the opening between the apartment and the club, and you watch as a hero that you vaguely recognize begin to climb out of it. You see as someone appears kind of on a roof, looking over top, their eyes widening with the sight before them. And you guys, on your side, or your shared side of reality, come into this new place, or this strange rift. And before you see two giant creatures in the alleyway. And then if you hover over your mouse in the top left, you can go to the pan feature to see exactly what is filling the site before you. So, as you come to this, you see the goons pausing ahead of you. Plasma, you see as one man doesn't look of the best of sorts, skirts into the alleyway, coming to a quick stop. And then, becoming filled with fear, as the one closest to him turns to him, its maw dripping with the blood of its presumed previous victims. And I'm going to have everybody roll me initiative.
That's for D20, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got 8.
Okay.
You got a 3. I got a 3.
My total's 12.
Okay.
Wait, what do we have? Plus initiative. 2.
I got 11.
Okay.
So I got 10 total.
And my total's 8.
My total is 8.
Okay.
We should maybe say our names the character names when we say our total, just for clarity on audio.
Voidwalker 8.
Voidwalker 8.
Recurve 8.
Flashfire 10.
Laser beam 11.
Plasma 12.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah, this is plasma.
Perfect. And then I'm going to roll initiative for your enemies.
I'm on the no.
Let's see here.
Guys, while she's rolling initiative for enemies, I guess I don't know any of you well enough to discuss a plan yet, so I'm gonna kind of do my own thing for now.
You see...
Kaylee, which one's Corey? Is that?
So, to give you guys reference as to where your characters are at on the map, you can scroll on the map by using that pan feature.
I'm not there.
Here we have Voidwalker.
Was that you guys?
Where?
Here.
Me.
I'm right there.
He's around the
Voidwalker.
corner. I'm right next to the
Flashfire
monster.
is down in the bottom.
Okay. Here.
Here.
Oh, because he went around the corner to the alley, remember?
Gotcha.
Where
Flashfire's here.
where
And
you
then
stayed over
up
by the
top,
fence.
we have
That's a
Arron,
goon right there.
Laser Beam, Recurve here, and Plasma here.
Look at me, I came right out of the sewer grate. How cool.
Great bit of
So you guys see all of these enemies there, and as I calculate their totals, What are you guys doing? How are you reacting to seeing what you're seeing? Unfortunately, Voidwalker, you haven't seen these enemies quite yet.
Personally,
see
I'd like to
plasma.
like immediately draw my blood sword, which I don't know if I have to cast a spell to do that.
Okay, so what does your Hexblade feature? Or you have just your blade?
I have
correct?
I have magic weapon as one of my spells. But yeah,
Okay.
I also have a long sword.
Okay, so drawing your longsword will be a free action as you stand up out of the grate. That's kind of your preparatory action going into this, so you'll have to do that on your turn.
Okay.
Because, just climb up a ladder.
Gotcha.
But you take this in, you'll be able to do that on your turn as a free action.
Gotcha. Fair.
What about the rest of you?
I want to scan the club in the apartment building for any ways to trigger the fire suppression systems for the civilians.
Okay.
I am not as worried about the civilians. I am gonna wait around this corner and see if that monster attacks the two goons I was chasing and use them as bait.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow. That's crazy. Okay.
Flashfire's a menace to society.
Laser beam, and then we have plasma.
Yeah, so laser beam from here, I can kind of see the two monsters, but I want to get a bird's eye view, so I'd like to just
Okay.
use my jetpack to get up in the sky so I can kind of see what the surrounding area is. Maybe
Okay.
there's monsters I can't see immediately.
Presumably, you're about 30 feet in the air because you were using your jetpack to pursue
Okay.
the goon, correct?
So I'm already in the air.
You're in the air, but you're about building height.
Okay, I want to go a little bit higher so I can get more of a bird's eye view.
See over the buildings, and
Right.
then we'll get through
Okay.
probably these other goons and what's going on.
Exactly.
You'll be able to move about half your feet before combat starts, or your movement speed. So you want to get to about 45 feet tall
Yes.
or high? Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
So we
then-
can get you that.
In that case, after he does that, I want to use half my movement speed to get closer to the monster that's right in front of me.
Okay, so your movement speed, let's see here.
Mine's 30.
30, okay. Let's see. I would say you've probably already used half of it to get up out of the sewer. I can say you can probably move about 10 feet though toward the enemy.
Can you slide my token to the left? That's me right here.
How do I move him? Select and move.
So select him and then
Yeah, the
Yeah.
left two squares. No, the other way. That's the right. My bad.
okay, and then we have our goons are also going to be in this battle.
My personality trait is I don't run from evil, evil runs from me. Just to give you guys an idea of what you're dealing with here.
Rorschach.
Work smarter, not harder.
Okay. One moment as I fix up initiative. I think we have. Okay, plasma. You rolled the 12.
Yeah, roll the highest.
Laser beam. You rolled 11.
Correct.
Flash fire. You rolled 10. Y'all in succession here. And then recurve and voidwalker. You both rolled 8. What are your dexterity modifiers?
Mine's Voidwalker +2.
Voidwalker +2.
Recurve +5.
Ooh, recurve goes first. Okay.
Dead last.
Maybe not.
Watch you from the shadows and see what everyone else does first.
But Voidwalker, Voidwalker here.
Super here.
I'm already wearing my cloak of displacement, and I would like to project my image right in between the two monsters, but stay where I'm at.
Oh.
Project your image.
Yeah.
Are you meaning with the cloak?
Yes.
So the cloak's
Yes.
ability gives them disadvantage to hit you because you're blurred.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think you can project an image unless it says that you can cast like a mirror image spell.
Okay. When it says like while you wear this cloak, it projects an illusion that makes you appear to be standing in a place near your location.
Yeah. So that's like, so say you're standing here, that projects an image here.
Oh,
So that
okay.
causes the disadvantage because they
But-
don't know where to hit you.
I will already have it on, so while we get into.
Okay. Perfect.
Should use the same idea though.
Okay, you guys are definitely not last in initiative, so let's be happy about that.
Goodness.
The goons are also not doing that great. They're probably gonna eat real fast.
Not my problem.
Let's see.
Dice down.
You okay with your partner doing this? sacrificing goons to the evil bug-looking monsters?
Well, I haven't come in contact with you, but it's part of our mission to see where these guys are going. So right now we're in New York. That
Flashfire, what is
familiar,
your-
but it's not our New York.
What is your dexterity modifier?
My dexterity modifier is +2.
+2? Okay. Perfect. Okay. Initiative is set. And at the top, we have plasma.
I get to go now? Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna use the rest of my movement speed to rush headlong, recklessly, with reckless abandon and complete self-disregard right up to this monster I know nothing about. So can you put me right next to that bad boy? And I should be able to cast a spell, right? So I want to cast magic weapon to enhance my weapon before I hit him.
Okay, cool. You can go ahead and do that. Mark off a spell slot. And then was that an action or a bonus action?
It's a bonus action.
Bonus action? Perfect.
So I still have 2 actions.
You still have your action that you can make 2 attacks with.
I'd like to, can I attack with Divine Smite?
So you can use Divine Smite when you hit with an attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd like to swing my long sword.
You'd like to swing your longsword? Okay, go ahead and roll your d20 to make an attack. And next to where it says longsword on your sheet, add that first number.
So it says damage type longsword +7.
Mm-hmm. You'll add the +7 to your attack roll.
Okay. There's also
Are you using 2 hands or 1 hand?
I have a bunch of other stuff. 1 hand.
1 hand? Okay.
Magic weapon cast 1 time. Bonus act. Okay. So I have that going for me. Under my damage type, I have 1d8 +6.
So yes, so that's if you said you're doing 2-handed
Oh, I
or
said
one-handed.
one-handed.
One-handed. Okay, so that's 1d8 +6.
Okay. Oh.
So your roll damage.
First I
You
roll
roll
for my
attack
d20.
first. Yeah.
Okay. Which is an 11 plus the 7, which makes it 7, 18.
18.
And then 1d8 +6.
And 18 will hit, so you can go ahead and roll that damage for me.
Oh, God. The d8 I rolled was a 2, so 8.
8 damage
Yeah.
total? Okay,
But I also
that's been noted.
have something else. +2 bonus to any damage when wielding one-handed weapon. So another 2 on top of that, right? For 10.
Okay. And then did you say you did want to Divine Smite it?
Can I use Divine Smite? Yeah.
You can. So go ahead and mark off a spell slot.
2 spell slots for me now.
And you can roll 2d8s to add to that damage.
6 and 1, so an extra 7 on top of my 10, so 17.
Okay, all damage has been noted. Okay, make your second attack for me.
Okay, so I roll. Now, still swinging with 1 hand, I'm going to start with rolling the d20. Ooh, hell yeah, 18. So
18?
I rolled 18 plus 7, which is 25. And then I'm not using Divine Smite this time, so I'll just stick with the 25
Okay.
damage.
With the what?
25.
No, oh, you gotta roll. You gotta roll
You gotta
for
roll for your
damage.
damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, my bad. I rolled.
like,
I rolled
oh
to
my
see.
gosh.
I rolled to see if I hit. My bad.
Woo, that's good damage.
8 plus 6, which is 14.
+1 for magic weapon.
15. Thank you.
15. Okay. Oh, math. Calculator.
32.
Were you swinging at the alien?
Yeah, the bug-looking thing. It looks like a bad guy. People are running from it, so I'm gonna kill it.
Monster.
Man, you're doing some massive damage to start. Let's go. Laser beam. You see this, cloaked, masked, suited up person that you've never seen or heard of before, running toward this thing, slashing into it, doing some major damage. However, your eyes are on the goon below. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna start by shooting my laser at him to try to stun him.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
And which dice is that?
That's going to be your d20.
Let's see if you hit.
Got a 16.
And then add the modifier next to laser pistol or
That'll be
launchers.
Plus 6.
Okay.
So, what does that bring us to? 22?
22. Yep. And then, so the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to look at the box next to the 6 and roll that dice and add that damage together.
Okay, so laser gun, 3d6, right?
Yep.
So that'll be a regular die. A 1.
Roll it 3 times. Roll it 3 times.
A 4.
Okay.
And a 4.
Okay, so 9
9.
damage. Not too bad, not too bad. You fire off this laser pistol and you see as the bolt streaks through the air, kind of grabbing your attention, pulling it to the side a little bit, seeing this kind of like flying black man up in the sky with this laser pistol kind of coming out of his arm. And you see as the bolt fires into this guy's back and he stumbles a little bit. Nine damage. That's substantial to this guy. He's not that strong of a goon, and you see as kind of he turns back towards you, looking up at his pursuer, and then back to the insect, and kind of begins twisting around, looking for any way out that he doesn't have. You do have an extra attack. Do you want to hit him again?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to kind of knock him out here so I can assess these monsters that are flying around without having to worry about my goon getting away.
Okay, go ahead and roll me another attack.
All right. And
D20.
D20. Got a 10.
10, okay.
Plus, 6 for the laser gun again.
16 to hit.
Yep.
So you watch as you send this laser gun, this beam going towards him, and as you do, these guys are goons, don't have a lot of hit points, don't hit hard that you can guess. You've fought a few of these looking into what you've been looking into, but they're armored pretty well. Whoever's paying for them, you know who's paying for them. You know that they keep them safe. Unfortunately, your shot glances off the armor that he's wearing.
Gosh darn it.
And he takes no damage. You still have a bonus action and your movement. What are you doing?
Okay. Can I move towards him and try to just knock him out?
Okay. So you can move 30 feet towards him. That will bring you.
So I'm up in the air.
Yeah, so that will bring you about 15 feet away.
Yeah. What about this frostbite spell that I got here?
Frostbite?
Yep.
So you've already used your action to attack this guy twice.
Okay, so what's left? Just
So what's
movement?
left? Your movement and your bonus action.
So the bonus action that teleport you closer to
I
our
see.
cell.
Yeah, that could
Okay.
do that. You could get use Misty Step. You would still have 15 feet of movement left to get to him.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you managed to teleport all the way to the ground, kind of flicking off your jetpack as you do, to make sure you don't just go straight back up when you get down. Teleport straight down. You're still about 15 feet, kind of like away from him on the ground, but you can run toward him
You're gonna mark
with
off,
your movement speed.
mark off a spell slot for
Yeah,
that.
mark off your second level spell slot for using that.
Misty Step. Last page. Are you gonna run towards him with the rest of your movement speed?
Yeah.
Second level.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move towards him.
Okay, you can move that 15 feet to your enemy. You do have 15 feet left if you wanted to move anywhere else, but if you want to stay there, that's also fine.
I'll stay here.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of your turn. Flash fire. You see these goons ahead of you, and you see just past the corner over the top of this trash bin, there is a giant looming bug-like creature ahead of you down this alley. Are you gonna, what you doing?
I am gonna cast Prestidigitation in front of the goon that's 20 feet from me
Okay,
so that it can catch the attention of the monster and use him as bait. Because I'm gonna spark by him, it'll catch the monster's attention, and then hopefully my idea is that the monster will attack him.
oh my gosh, okay, you can totally do that. What kind of sound are you making?
Sparks. Fire.
Sparks you're making, okay, so you're making light?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking like a.
So you,
This is working great for me, so that these things can't gang up on me. Because the other one's only like. 10
so
feet.
you kind of glance around, you're like, ooh, ha. And then you kind of mutter the couple words, do the gestures that you need to create this spell. You cast the cantrip, creating just a shower of sparks in front of the goon. He kind of like jumps back, surprised, and you watch as the body of whatever this giant looming bug-like creature is twist in your direction, in his direction, actually. What else for your turn?
Then I'm gonna use my movement speed I'm gonna use all my movement speed to catch up to the goon that's 30 feet away from me, the one that I did not use the sparks on.
This guy?
This guy?
The one closer to him is who I use the sparks on. The one further from him, to the right, the lower one, Aaron. That is who I'm going. I want to get close enough to talk to him. So I use my action, my movement, and can my bonus action be attempting to talk to the goon and convince him to run with me?
So, talking is kind of a free action on your turn.
Free action.
What are you gonna say to this goon to attempt to get him to
Make
go
sure
with
you're
you?
talking into the mic, too.
What I'm gonna say to the goon is, your friend's gonna be eaten, and if you want me to protect you from this giant alien, come with me.
Come with me if you want to live.
Basically, if you would like to survive this, come with me.
This goon kind of he looks at you from the bug and he goes, "Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check."
That's the d20. 16, and then my persuasion is +7.
Oh my gosh. Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of his highs.
Holy cow. Yeah. So that is what is that total? That's a 23 total?
Yes.
So this goon looks at you and there is just utter fear on his face. He is absolutely wrecked with whatever this crazy situation is. And he goes, "Yeah, okay. Take me, please."
All right. And then I have a bonus action left, right?
Yes, you do.
I am going
You have 5 feet of movement speed left.
to opt not to use my bonus action, but I'll move the goon and I will move 5 feet backwards.
The goon can only move on his turn.
Ooh, so I'll move 5 feet ahead of the goon and split the difference, so as to be in front of him.
Okay, cool. Are you wanting to be directly in front of him or where Aaron's placed you?
Directly in front of him so I can shield him.
There? Okay,
And then
perfect.
we'll run away together.
Very, very cool. Okay.
He went soft.
Goon number 2 just had sparks flashed in his face. And, he just heard that very convincing offer you gave his other friend. So he's gonna turn around and he's gonna look at you and he's gonna like lift up his hands. Please, please, protect me too. Please, please don't let these get me. Please.
If they give me the information that I'm looking for, I will protect him as well.
Okay.
Deal.
And so he's going to step back 5, 10, 15 feet. And he's going to kind of draw out the gun that he does have. And he's going to point it toward the creature with a very, very shaky hand. And he's only going to shoot if it moves toward you.
Okay.
Recurve. You're atop a building, you see what's going down. These awful looking creatures in front of you on the ground. One of these heroes that is kind of, you saw come out of the grate is already facing one of them. The other planning to make a meal out of the guys you see further down the alley.
So when I am looking for like a fire suppression to help protect the civilians, do I find anything?
So go ahead and make me, I will say you've already made a perception check, up to this point, so you'll still have your action for your turn, but go ahead and make that for me.
So it's
Oh my god.
A 20!
Natural.
Yahtzee!
Another natural 20.
plus 3. Plus 3, so 26.
Let's see. So
26
what kind of fire suppression system are you looking for?
Potentially sprinklers, maybe
Anything with
something that I can turn on to put the fire out.
Okay. So the fire is in the building across from you. You have a feeling the sprinklers may already be going off, but kind of coming down this way, you did see just on the other side there is like a fire hydrant there that you're able to see. And then every apartment building has a sprinkler system that you could probably get to if you went down to kind of this ledge here to get inside via a window, or if there's a door there to kind of like find a fire alarm or a switch or something.
So are the things already going off?
You have a feeling this place is encompassed in flames. Like, the people getting out were probably the last of them. The majority of the crowd was probably coming from the buildings around it.
Sounds like everybody's safe to me. Okay.
You see, as kind of this battle is beginning, the crowds have thinned out a measure, at least enough that you can make out what's happening in this alley without there being a major stress of civilian danger.
Everybody else on this battlefield will just do anything not to help Plasma actually.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna use some of my movement speed. I have 35 total. I'm gonna move to my left so I can get more of a straight shot onto the monster that Plasma's fighting.
Okay.
Who cares about the monster that's gonna fight me?
This one's just closer to me. So how much did that take of my movement?
That was 20 feet.
So I saw 15. Okay. For my action, I can attack twice. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll to attack.
Okay. So 6
Okay.
plus, what is your attack modifier? It's the second number next to whatever weapon you're using.
I'm using my longbow. The second number.
No. Sorry, yeah, that one.
Plus 11.
Plus 11, so that would be a 17.
Yes.
17 indeed hits. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
Good God, he's accurate. He's got 11.
This one, right?
The 8-sided plus 8.
Yes.
This one.
Yes.
One.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh no.
So 1 plus 11.
No, 1
No.
plus 8 there.
Oh, so 9.
But you rolled
9.
1.
Okay.
So do I have to
On
roll to
damage, not the
attack again?
d20.
Okay. Yeah.
So then you rolled, how much damage was that total?
9.
9.
9. Okay.
9.
So then you can go ahead and make your second attack, indeed, with that d20.
7.
Okay, so an 18 to hit this time?
Yeah.
Okay, 18 will also hit. Go ahead and roll me damage for that attack.
8
Plus 8.
plus 8 is 16.
Math. Okay.
16 plus 9, 25 damage, right?
Oh man, y'all are
This monster.
doing great. Okay, so damage has been noted. You're doing amazing. You see both of your arrows sink into the hide of this thing. You see they have kind of like massive shells over their back, but you, being the sharpshooter that you are able to sink those arrows beneath that into the soft skin or soft hide of this creature's form. It screeches in pain, not necessarily at the first one, kind of not noticing it, especially for the damage Plasma's done. But when that second arrow hit, you hear that same screech, but angrier this time, as its head whips up towards you to find who's done this.
Where do I find my bonus actions? Sorry.
Bonus
They're
actions?
written on these. Oops.
So as a fighter, so your bonus action would be Second Wind, or you can Action Surge, which is like, it's basically getting 2 more attacks. But it's up to you if you want to use that at the start of the fight or save it for later.
We'll save it. We don't know if like a big bad's rolling in behind these guys.
Alright.
I mean, I shouldn't be telling you that, but
Okay. So, let's see. Is Prestidigitation one of my bonus attacks?
No, so Prestidigitation is an action spell or cantrip that you can use to do a number of kind of like harmless sensory effects.
Well, I don't need to heal, so...
you don't have to do anything.
Oh,
You don't have a
not
good
to.
bonus.
Yeah, no, you don't. You're good.
So my only options are 2 more attacks or heal.
But you can't heal.
Or you can also, like, if you wanted to, not saying, like, you can do any of those options, or you can just say, okay, that's the end of my turn.
Or you can move and call out to me and try and form a plan
You
of
do
attack
have
since we're fighting
15.
the same
You do have
monster.
15 feet.
Monster is
More
looking at
movement.
you too.
I'm gonna move my rest of my movement, my other 15 back the other direction that I came from to where I'm more behind Plasma
You'll have to go through me.
on the roof.
Smart man. All right, is that it for you?
That's it for my turn.
Okay, perfect. And as we come to the end of your turn, Voidwalker, you have watched as two heroes that you kind of saw ahead of you have rushed into some kind of a battle. What are you doing?
This is tough to I am going to use my movement to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Would you like me to measure it for you?
As far as I can, I think it's 35.
30? 5?
30.
Okay.
Yes, 35.
Sure.
What's your movement speed?
This is 30.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use my movement to get there.
Same.
And then I am going to cast Toll of the Dead.
Okay. So that's going to be a cantrip. I need to make what kind of a saving throw?
Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. So wisdom.
Okay. Ooh. That is a 9. So go ahead and roll me damage. What is the damage for that spell?
1d8 necrotic.
But you're level 5, so that should be 2d8.
Okay, level 5, 2d8, and it says 2d8 or 2d12 depending on if the target is missing any of its hit points.
It is absolutely losing. Oh my gosh, missing hit points. So go ahead and roll 2d12.
2d12. 11.
Oh my gosh.
12.
Okay.
23 damage.
This thing's got it down.
23 necrotic damage.
Okay, what are we at? Okay,
You. And he hears a loud bell sound.
just a
I love that.
dong in his head. And as you see this happen, you watch as this creature hears your voice, hears kind of the magic as it reverberates through it, and it's kind of its eyes go from up to over, looking at you, and as that kind of bell of just like a promise of death rings through its head, you see as the entire bug-like creature like convulses and shivers, screeching out until you see that like its head seems to kind of like squeeze in a little bit before its eyes like bulge and almost pop before it falls dead.
It's dead.
Nice.
Like dead.
Dead.
Completed the mission.
We're still
Alright, see you later. No.
That was my kill.
No, you set him up for me.
All right, I would appreciate if you guys help me take out the next one and weren't landing.
Can't
Okay.
get from all the way down there in the alley.
So, that was my action.
Action and movement.
I can have a second action with Thirsting Blade, or a second attack.
So because you cast a spell, you don't get, so that only goes when you have
Just a
like an
regular-
attack. Yeah.
Just a regular.
When you use the attack action.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got bonus action left. I'm gonna use a bonus action dash if I can.
What class are you? Warlock?
Yes, Warlock.
Warlock. Do you have an ability that allows you to use your bonus action to dash? All of those abilities are action abilities, unless you're like a monk or a rogue.
I don't know. You sent the picture, so I thought it was.
Those are all action economy.
Action. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I will stand there and look menacing at this dude.
Okay, for sure. You see you see that his attention is kind of caught on something down the other end of the alley that you can't quite see where you're at.
Okay.
So that brings us to its turn. Not the dead one, the alive one. The dead one's dead. So the alive one, his attention is kind of turned down the alley. He just kind of heard as his friend fell over, but they're kind of like insectoids. And he really just has one thing in mind, and that's food. And there's one really good, just kind of like food-looking, meaty creature down the alley, standing in front of two other good-looking, meaty creatures. And so it's going to begin to make its way down the alleyway. You watch as it moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet to get right in front of you. So, it is going to...
You know, in the office when like Dwight has Angela standing behind them and he's like, Joel.
It's gonna look at you dead in the eye, and as it kind of marks you as its prey, it's going to force you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Corey's wisdom.
20, right?
Uh-huh.
Whoops, 0.
13
13? Okay, what's your modifier for it?
plus 0.
Plus 0, so 13 straight?
Yeah.
13 straight. As this thing looks at you, you can feel as your muscles kind of begin to seize across your body, as though this gaze is like it's eating into you and into your resolve, almost as though it's trying to paralyze you. But you manage to shrug it off. You're thinking, not today, this big stupid bug, and you're able to shrug the effect off. However, it looks at you and it looks a little angry that you've kind of, batted away its attempt at making its food a little easier to eat. So it's going to attempt to use its mandibles to eat you.
Nice.
Does a 15 hit you?
Does a 15 hit me? I gotta look at my armor class, right?
Yes.
Yes, a 15 hits me.
A 15 hits you? Okay, so that's going to do 1, 2. Ooh. So that's going to do 11 slashing damage, and you are now grappled between its mandibles.
Alright, I'm at 30.
Love it when the squishy sorcerer plays tank. So much fun.
Let's get back to my turn. I'm coming in. I'm coming in, boy.
I'm gonna save you.
What do you mean? You guys are so far away!
No. Don't even trip, dog. Don't even trip.
So let's make sure we know that you are paralyzed or grappled. So you have a little icon that shows you are now grappled, and that brings us to the end of the creature's turn. That brings us to goon number 3, who's down here. He's gonna kind of like look up at you and be like, "Meat shield, okay, run!" And then he's gonna turn, and he's going to attempt to run the opposite direction. Seeing now that his promised protector is in the maws of the very thing he's supposed to be protected against. So, let's see. As he looks down this way, he sees an opening that you guys had not accounted for when you planned this encounter, as though you didn't realize there were aspects about this alleyway that might change when you stepped through the rift. So he's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can make an opportunity attack if you want to. Though I don't think you had a weapon drawn, right?
I did not have a weapon drawn.
You can attempt to slap him if you want.
You know what? I'll use my opportunity attack to slap him.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna poke him right in the eye. D20, right?
Yep.
Get him with the forehand and the backhand, Corey.
Oh no.
A 4.
You're grappled. You're kind of having a hard time. You're trying to keep this thing from eating you. As you turn and try to like slap at him, you can't really get your arm very far past you to reach. Yeah.
Little T-Rex arm. Attempt.
5, 30, and he's going to use his action to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is going to be getting out of range here soon, but he's still on the map. And that brings us to goon number 1, who has a laser beam right behind him. He just got shot in the back. The creature in front of him is now dead. He doesn't recognize the superheroes, but he knows that they weren't the ones chasing him. So he is just gonna run. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You do get an opportunity attack. You don't have any melee weapons, so with your gun, you will have disadvantage to hit him.
Do I get an opportunity attack? Because he's right next to me.
Do you consider him an enemy, or is he just somebody in this alley?
Like I can't hit him with a spear or a dagger or anything that I
You did not have those in your hand at the time he ran, no.
Okay.
But you can still attempt to shoot him because you have your laser pistol. It'll just be at disadvantage.
Well, so I can only use my laser gun, or I can't use my launcher.
So you have your launcher on you at all times with your armor class, so you can also attempt to hit with that.
Well, the laser too says a 40-foot range.
Yeah. So it'd just be the difference on the damage that you want to do. It's him leaving your melee range. Is the important part. So you're still hitting him within 5 feet.
Oh, before he moves?
Yeah. So essentially, the moment you're hitting him is when he's here. You're attempting to hit him when he leaves this square. So technically, like, this is the reach that you're going for.
Okay, and I can't use my dagger or anything.
No, because you don't have those in your hand.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
then I'll use the laser attack.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your d20 and roll it twice and take the lower number.
6. Gosh darn it. It's 7.
Okay, 6 plus what?
6 plus 6, so 12.
6 plus 6, 12. Unfortunately, the 12 is going to miss. The person, the industry that you're hunting does armor him very well, so he does manage to get away.
Son of a gun.
Me noticing a fellow hero make an attempt at a laser. You said earlier that I noticed the laser when he fired.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make an attempt at an opportunity attack on him as he passes me?
Yes, you can.
So me noticing that a fellow costumed hero is making an attempt because the lasers draw my attention, I'd like to go ahead and make an opportunity attack on him as he runs by me.
Okay, so he is going to use his action to dash past you, so you will see that. So 5. Okay, go ahead and roll that for me.
So a suspicious goon draws my attention and I roll a 9.
A 9, okay. Plus what?
What's modifier am I using?
So you're using your longsword, right?
Yes.
So reference that modifier.
9 plus 7, 16.
16. Unfortunately, your sword glances off him. It's really strange seeing a goon of, like, he doesn't look like a super strong or important guy wearing such good armor. It stands out to you as something that you don't see all the time. And you're caught off guard as your weapon glances off of him, and he's going to run straight past you. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Voidwalker, were you around? You were not around the corner when you saw laser beam shoot at him, right?
No, he was right here.
No, I was right.
You were right there?
Yeah.
So can I make an attack?
Yes, you can.
This guy, he runs through this whole gauntlet of heroes.
Laser Beam's thinking to himself that this blood sword guy just killed this huge monster, but managed to miss
Right. Right.
at this goon,
He's like, man,
which infuriates me even more since I'm trying to capture this guy.
So when you say attack, that's a regular attack.
A regular attack, yeah.
What happened? So
You don't have a weapon out, do you? Right? You
No,
don't have
I
a
do.
weapon out? You do?
yeah, I have my mace and 2 daggers. Yeah.
Did you draw that your last turn, though?
Oh no.
No? Okay, so then since you don't have that drawn, this will just be an unarmed strike.
Just like a punch.
Yeah.
Sweet. Test my limits. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the punch.
Okay.
Right to the dome.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a d20.
just a punch.
13.
Plus your punch, your unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike, I'm pretty sure that's your strength modifier.
Oh, that is not gonna be good. Strength modifier.
That one.
Oh, so it's a 13, but now it's a 12. I got a -1 strength.
Oh man.
Can I see yours?
Unfortunately, 12 is gonna miss as he runs past you. You attempt to pop out at him, but your strength is in not that. And he
This is the most elusive goon in the history.
This guy's clearly our arch nemesis.
I know I'm in the mandibles of an alien right now, but you guys suck.
You're really in a bad spot to talk.
he manages to get past all of you for whatever reason. Recurve, you just kind of watch this really sad display of heroics.
Come on,
Right
guys.
down beneath you, just
Gotta do
kind of like
better.
I wouldn't have
What?
missed recurve.
So that's the end of the goon's turn as he runs his full 60 feet of movement to attempt to get away from all of you. We come to Anthena as she finally manages to get across the barrier 5, 10, 15 feet, and she sees her friend is in the mandibles of a very strange looking creature.
Is this her right here?
Yes, that is her right there. And so, she looks at it and she just kind of sighs really heavily. And then she is going to cast, we're gonna go with a guiding bolt at the creature with its mandibles around you. So you see it's kind of like a ball of light forms in her hand. And, that's a, where is it? 15 to hit, which unfortunately just barely misses as the creature manages to twist, seeing the light, and the spell glances off of its very tough shell. She kind of curses under her breath and doesn't have anything else that she can do with her turn, so that's going to bring us to Plasma. The goon just ran past you, but you also see this other guy being, like, eaten by a giant alien bug.
Me being the type of hero that I am, I'm going to approach the most dangerous and threatening looking challenge, so I'm going to completely forget the presence of that goon once he's out of my line of sight. Can you show me what 60 feet looks like towards the monster? Because I have Misty Step, which will let me teleport 30 feet first.
Can you get over this wall or no?
Well,
No, so the wall is about 5 or 6 feet tall, but he can teleport past it.
So I can teleport this way first, right?
So maybe
Well,
he could teleport
you can
here,
teleport like through it.
And then run the other 30 feet from there.
and then run, like, here.
So I'd like to cast Misty Step then to teleport to the other side of the barrier, making my way as quickly as possible towards the impending challenge, in order to prove my
he's
might
going
and
to
valor.
Come here,
And then
then run here.
from there I'm gonna sprint to try and get as close as I can to
Oh no, come back.
yeah
Here?
yeah to a good position where as close as I can to next to Corey, or I'm sorry, next to Flashfire.
Flashfire. Don't use my government name.
Now that I'm within 10 feet of him, he's going to gain automatically my Aura of Protection. My blood powers are going to spread out into the environment and give him +3 to saving throws. And Corey, have you taken any damage?
Yeah, I took 10. I'm sorry. I took 11 damage. I'm at 30 health.
Well, I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to attack the monster instead. I'm going to use my 2 attacks again.
Okay.
And one of them with Divine Smite again.
Okay, go ahead and roll those for me. And then you can declare Divine Smite after a hit as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 9 plus 7 for my first attempt, which is 16.
16 is going to just hit.
Yes. Okay. So then I roll my 8. Oh, missed the entire box. So 4 plus, still swinging with one hand, so 4 plus 6 is 10.
Okay.
Plus it's still enabled with magic, so that's an extra point for 11. And then the extra points for my dueling bonus, so 13 for that attack.
Okay, noted. That has been added. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Actually, I'm going to put Divine Smite on that one because I know it hit.
Okay,
So
for
then
sure.
that's 2d8 extra damage. So 7 and 6. So that's an extra 13 damage on that one.
Ooh, nice. All right, perfect. You have hacked into this thing, and it is not looking happy already. Go ahead and make me your second attack.
Can I replace my second attack with...
No, you have to. So once you use the attack action, that's the attack action.
I forgot I was going to use Hunter's Mark, but...
No, you're good. So you can use that as a bonus action.
After this?
Yeah, so you can
We do a
split
lot.
up. No. You can split up your attacks with a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to cast it now,
already
you
used
can
my-
add that
I did
to.
already use my bonus action though, because I used
Oh,
Misty
okay.
Step.
I
so
see. Yeah.
Tell myself. Well, I'll just do my other attack here. So I rolled a natural 20.
Wow.
Jeez. Let's
I would recommend Divine Smiting.
Oh, but I already just used it on the last one.
You can use it
I can
again.
use it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would recommend doing it at a higher level too.
Okay. So do I have to mark off for the last time I used Divine
Yes.
Smite?
So that was level 1. Do you have access to level 3 spells?
Just 2.
Just 2? Okay. I'll use those. I'll use second level.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my second level.
So that's 4d8, and then for your Divine Smite, or no, sorry,
I have
6d8 for your Divine Smite,
Jesus.
and then 2d8 for your longsword.
Just do
So-
the-
Here, do you want extra d8s?
Do I
real
roll
quick?
8?
Yeah, 1
8
second.
d8s?
Let me
Lend me
give
your
you
power.
some-
Everyone, lend me your d8s.
Which one's the deeds?
One with 8 sides. Sorry. for this one?
Yeah, it's like
How many do you need?
Paladins.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have enough now.
Thank you.
Okay. What is that? A 1?
You got
Alright.
3 ones in there. You got some high
6,
numbers.
7, 8, plus
This
10.
is a 1, sir.
5, 6, 7, 8. So plus 10 is 18, plus 8 is 26, plus another 8 is 34.
Wow.
And then what's your attack bonus?
Plus 2, and then plus 1 for magic. So 34.
37, and then plus 6.
37 plus 6.
43. God.
43.
Oh my gosh.
You done swung through the alien.
It's gonna hit you.
I smite you more.
God.
That's. I don't know which
What
one
the
belongs to
heck?
blue. This one. These ones are mine.
You guys would be very happy knowing what number this was on. I'm not going to tell you, but you would be.
Oh, out of what the full health.
Out of like how much damage you've dealt, because I add up instead of subtracting.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, you can take back your dice. I don't know whose goes where.
Here, can you hand me those 3? I got short arms. There we go.
So to anyone listening and watching, I just basically kicked ass.
He did. This thing, so generally for my games, what I like to do is put dots on the tokens to tell you how good or bad they're doing in terms of health. This guy's doing the worst you could be doing for health. He looks like he's swaying on his feet. He is not doing great. He's bleeding in all sorts of places. The gash that you just put him, it's like, it's a Niagara Falls of alien goop. So is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I still in his mandibles after that attack?
You are still in his mandibles after that attack. Laser beam, we come to you. Your goon is running away, and then you just saw an angelic just like explosion on the other side of the alleyway.
I'm also gonna say to Corey, don't get in my way. Flash fire, excuse me.
And I'm gonna tell you that I had it handled anyway.
Okay, so this one goon that I was chasing is kind of getting away, but we got still 2 of the other goons over here with this monster that is attacking my acquaintance, Flashfire, over here. So I'm gonna use my jetpack to get back up in the air
Okay.
and then fly the 35 feet for my movement speed towards them.
Okay,
And-
so getting into the air, so are you just kind of like hovering, or are you actually going up?
Yeah, I'd like to go back up so I'm less likely to get hit by things.
Okay, so you can go up kind of like in a diagonal, to be at like 35 feet in the air and 35 feet here.
Okay,
We're
perfect.
doing like 3D simulation style
I like it.
grids.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and
Galaxy
move
brain
right
right
there
now.
then.
Okay.
Here.
Yep.
Are you moving towards, was his name Flashfire or was it Deadweight? I can't remember the hero name.
Jeez.
Woo, shots fired, man. All right.
I had it handled. That was my name.
I'm 35 feet away, 30 feet away, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my laser beam shot towards him
Okay.
as well.
Go ahead. So that's your attack. You have 2 attack actions. You can do it twice.
Okay. 15.
15. Okay, go ahead and roll damage for that.
6. So 2 plus 6. And then.
Okay, one moment. 2 plus 6 is 8.
For damage, aren't we supposed to roll the 8-sided one?
Well, different people have different ones. Like
Yeah.
For
Oh,
mine, it says I get 3.
Okay, so you do. So roll your other 2d6.
1. My God.
Are you in a John Wick nightclub right now?
And 1 again.
Oh my
Oh my gosh.
Well, Aaron, you know it's crappy damage, but I do have good news for you.
Shitty Marvel heroes.
How do you want to do this? How do you want to kill it?
Ooh. So my laser beam's going to go right towards this monster's head and be strong enough just to stop at the head and just basically melt its brain.
Nice. Okay, so you fire off this laser pistol. You guys see kind of as you come up, you did so much damage to this thing, and you see as kind of this like kill-stealing superhero comes up, fires his laser pistol, and you watch as the head of this thing just kind of like droops, and then the rest of its body following.
Plasma is again pissed. that
Roll
this
me
kills
a dexterity saving throw.
I have a 20, right?
Yeah.
9 plus 2, 11.
As this thing falls, you kind of have a hard time getting out of its mandibles. They were clenched pretty hard around you, and so you find as it falls, it kind of falls like on top of you, which is a very uncomfortable, situation to be in. So.
Man, guy's dead weight's gonna die.
Anything else for you, Laser Beam? You do have one more shot left with your action.
So I would like to.
You see, this guy is kind of like given up. He was looking like he was gonna run, but now at this point, he's kind of like standing with his hands up. But there is the gun running one direction and the one at the far end of this alley, intent on getting away.
Okay. So I'm definitely closer to this guy up top.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna use my launcher to try to hit him from where I'm at.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack with the launcher.
An 18.
18 plus.
Plus what? 6.
Mm-hmm.
So 24.
24 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Okay, and this is a 1d6 plus 1. So 5.
And then once per turn, you can have that do extra damage as well if you want to do that extra damage now.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so you can roll that 6 again.
of course. 4.
So 9, 10 damage total.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a 1d6 plus 1. Does that 1 get added on to my d6 roll?
The added damage or the... Okay, so yeah, so that gets added on.
Okay.
I think that's already been added in, right? Because you said
For
you
the
added
first
a plus
roll,
1.
so I had a 5, plus 1, 6, and then I just
Yeah.
had what, a 4?
So then you don't do it for the second roll, because
Okay.
that's just an extra d6
Okay.
damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So you fire off this damage, and at this point, this guy is not looking too great either. You've kind of fired several laser bullets into him. He kind of like, you hit him kind of in the side with this shot, and he stumbles kind of into the generator here. And looks back. You can see there's still like fear on his face, but now kind of a bit more determination. The bugs are gone. He just has to get away from you now. And so that's all you see from him. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Is there anything else I can do?
Did you use your bonus action? You have a bonus action?
I have... That'd be one of these spells here?
Mm-hmm. You don't have to use your bonus action. It could be wise to save spell slots, but that's completely up to you.
I think I'm gonna stop there.
Okay, perfect. So that brings us to the end of your turn. Flashfire, you're kind of stuck under a bug right now.
Under the bug?
Under the bug.
Do I have a
Towards the
hand
mic,
available?
towards the mic.
You alright? Plasma's
It's
just
funny.
grimacing at Laser Beam right now for stealing his prize kill.
Do I have a hand free?
I mean, you can try using both of your hands.
All right. Well, my first action is probably the bonus action would be to try to get out of the mandibles of the jaw.
So that would be an action.
That's an action.
Yeah, so essentially you can get out of the mandibles at this point. You were just they were still stuck around you while you were going down, but you'd probably be able to wriggle free for like half of your movement.
How far away am I from
Towards the mic.
How far away am I from the goon that's almost off the map? How many feet?
From the guy in the bottom.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 70 feet. You would have a hard time seeing him.
Wow, I didn't even know there was a dude over there.
He's almost out of the map.
All right.
Teleport
While
to find him.
still in the jaws of, I would use movement speed to try to get out of the jaws of the mandible, or would use an action?
So I would need you to make me an athletics check to attempt to push it off of you.
All right. I would like to see if I could get out of the jaws of the mandible. Let's do an
Okay.
athletics check. Oh, it was a 3. Plus 0. All right. So I'm stuck in the jaw of the mandible.
It's more that you're kind of like
in the jaws.
it's more that you're just kind of like stuck under there, and they're just kind of like pincered around you. It's more about just like pushing the body off, but that's a 3. Your muscles are really tired. It's just like it's been a day.
Powers
So-
are like the opposite of domino.
So I am going to just throw a fireball at the goon that's almost off the map.
Fireball.
What's your range?
It's 100. Oh wait,
Oh.
it's 150 feet.
Good
Wow.
God.
Do it.
Really?
Hyper.
You
decide, could you?
Does that
Of
far?
these,
Do
and
you
we're
have
probably
anything
gonna
that
rest
far?
soon. Hold up.
Oh, no, I don't know how to tell.
Magic
Missile that goes 120 feet.
Dang.
You should use it.
Actually,
But it's an action. It's not a bonus action, so I couldn't use it. Just trying to kill this guy.
We're learning.
Yeah.
My attacks are all like 5 feet.
radius.
They're also like 60 points of damage. Get over here. Get over here, boy. You're not gonna like this.
Actually, I'll shoot a scorching ray
Is it okay?
because I'll get 3 rolls to attempt to hit him, and I
Yeah.
am unsure exactly of where he's at, but I'm mostly mad at him for running and leaving me in the jaws of a mandible.
Bro is in the jaw of a monster just.
While I'm doing this, I will quip at he's so
Plasma.
unimportant.
Plasma?
I don't even know his name. I will quip at Plasma that this is how a real hero does it.
I'll wait for after his dice roll for my response.
Okay, okay. Go ahead and roll your
health do you have
D20s.
left?
I know.
30.
8 plus what would be my
That would be your. Okay, go to your 3rd page.
my third
That's it right
Third
there.
page, that
That's
page.
spell page.
Yeah, look at your spell attack bonus.
My spell attack
Towards the microphone, please.
Oh man.
Your spell attack bonus is going to be 10. No. Your spell attack bonus, sorry, is your proficiency plus your charisma bonus.
You didn't write it down on there yet? It should be on the top right.
proficiency.
Proficiency.
Proficiency is 3, and then where's my and then
Charisma is your bottom score, so plus 4.
plus
So it should be plus 7.
plus 7.
Yeah.
So it's 17. Spell attack bonus is 17.
No. Spell attack bonus. Sorry, I did not mean to say plus 10. It's just the 4 plus the 3.
4 plus so
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Charisma, you have 7.
Dang, D4.
No, that's saving throws.
Oh, this is plus 4 plus 4.
Buff.
So I'm at I'm at 7 spell attack bonus, and I rolled the 6 or an 8. 3.
You rolled a 3.
No,
You rolled an
You rolled a 3
8.
the first time, but this time I think you rolled an 8.
Yeah, 8.
8 plus 7 is
15.
15. Is-
You attempt to kind of shoot out this scorching ray, and as you do, you notice while you were chasing them, and you know who you're chasing, that these guys are well armored. And as you fire this scorching ray out toward him, you see as the fire just kind of glances off his armor.
Real.
I get 3 rays, so I get 2 more
Yep.
shots at him.
Yep.
It's fun.
9
Just laughing in the
plus
background.
my spell attack bonus.
Uh-huh.
7 is 16.
So, you're firing to hit this guy, and they're really well armored. You've learned a lot about the corporation that's funding them, and, you miss. You fluff, it goes off to the left.
And then my last one is 17 plus 7 is 24.
That hits. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Only took you
About
3
time.
shots. You're supposed to be his ally.
And then my damage
Acquaintance.
is
Acquaintance. We have a common goal. That is it.
Survival.
2d6 fire damage. 2d6. 6 total.
6 total, okay. That has been noted. He kind of barks out in pain a little bit as kind of your fire slams into him from behind, but then he just kind of turns around and gives you the birdie.
Ha. That's cute. Real heroes where I come finish the job.
He says, he kind of yells down the alleyway, next time, never! Flash fire.
And I still have a regular action to be able to talk to this goon that's next to me, right?
Yeah.
I tell him that if he starts running away, I will most definitely throw a fireball in his face.
I wasn't planning on running. Sorry, I wasn't planning on running. I was gonna stay here. I know you're a real superhero.
And that is how
You know,
handle business.
my intimidation is a +6, so he's probably just seeing me behind you and becoming nervous. He just watched me absolutely gut that giant bug monster.
So, is that it for you? Flash fire, no bonus action.
There will be no bonus action.
Okay. Then we come to goon number 2, and let's see. That's this guy. And he's going to stay right where he's at.
Gonna do nothing.
He's gonna do nothing. He's
scared.
He's like, he puts his hands up and he does look around a little bit, but he's just like.
You should tell him to help you out of the jaws.
So, recurve, you see kind of this goon down here that 3 heroes missed. And then the goon on the far side of the alleyway who is happening to get away.
Bro, you got
Yeah, I'm gonna chase after the guy that everybody else missed.
Okay, for sure. So are you going to kind of follow him along the top of the building?
Yeah,
Okay, moving your movement speed in this direction?
correct.
No, I just scroll faster.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get you moved over there.
He's super weak.
And then what else for you?
The goon? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, you hit him a bunch, right?
Put an arrow through his
You do have a grappling arrow if you would.
Does my blowgun like put them to sleep or anything?
No, it's just kind of like it's an attack item.
Okay.
You do have your grappling arrow
Can
that
it
you
knock
can
him
attempt
out?
to catch them.
He can choose to do non-lethal strike though, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna use the grappling arrow to catch him. So I'm gonna try to.
Okay,
Counts
and
as an
then
action,
what
right?
exactly does your grappling arrow do, just for reference? Do you have that down?
It just says grappling arrow.
Okay,
That I have
let
one.
me grab the info for that for you.
Yeah, you guys fight the regular people with SWAT gear on. I'll fight the gigantic bug monsters.
I thought the
So the grasping arrow, so when the arrow strikes its target, conjuration magic creates grasping poisonous brambles. Oh, that does extra damage. Creature hit with an arrow takes extra damage. Its speed is reduced by 10, and it takes 2d6 slashing for the first time on each turn. It moves 1 foot or more without teleporting.
Oh, you're right.
So that's less of like actually grappling it and more like just making it slow down and then killing it faster.
Yeah, let's do that.
Put an arrow
We'll do that.
Put an arrow through his knee.
You want to take the break there?
I guess I can choose where I'm aiming, right?
Yeah.
Is his knee armored?
Potentially. Depends on your roll.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna aim for his knee.
Yeah, you can see kind of like the fronts, the fronts of their like legs obviously are well armored. The backs are kind of like it's more of a leathery hide.
But he's running away from me, so I'm looking at his back,
Yeah.
right? So I'm rolling a 20, right?
Uh-huh.
Right through his ACL.
Go ahead and roll your damage for your shot. Are you using the grappling shot or are you just using a normal shot for his knee?
Shot. Normal shot into his knee.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
An arrow to the knee.
It's got
Is that a weird angle for me? I'm
He
left-handed.
just rolled it off of the platform. Ooh.
14.
Were you using sharpshooter or no?
No,
Okay.
no. But my longbow. Oh wait, that's attack bonus.
Yes. So 14 plus 11 would be 25 to hit, and that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll me damage.
His figure skating career is over.
So that's 1d8. Yeah.
2 plus 11.
No. 2 plus 8.
10.
10? Okay. So you fire this thing into the back of this guy's leg. It is a sure shot, an easy one that, you've done plenty of times fighting crime.
And that's how it's done, boys.
You fire this arrow into this guy's leg, and for a moment, he screams out like this is an agonizing wound before he falls to a knee, and then slumps over, the pain just washing over him. You do manage to take him out.
Beautiful.
No, I mean, good job.
Thank you. This is
Voidwalker.
Voidwalker? Okay. How far am I away from the guy that's running? Like way, way far away.
Oh, way far away. You are. Oh gosh, I gotta open the whole map.
I don't even think you can see him because of that angle.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see him at this point.
Over the roof, right?
Arrows go like this.
You would have. He has total cover, so he cannot be directly targeted by an attack or a spell.
What if I'm on this roof? Then can I hit
That
him?
roof is on fire.
Would you move over to the other corner?
Yes, you could. However, you moved your full movement speed to get over here.
Yeah.
Take a rest.
Dang it, I wanted to show off. And my second wind is only for me, right?
Yes, only for you.
What if your second one lets you move more? How does that work?
No, it just heals me.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
Hey, can you do something else that's useful here?
I just stopped your guy.
You're welcome.
Let's see.
Technically, Zach and I have done the same amount of work because I persuaded
With
you
the
guys
boom
today.
tube arrow, that's like teleportation, right?
So that essentially makes it so they can't do anything until the next round of combat. So they teleport to kind of like another plane of existence. They're stuck there, can't move, can't take an
Oh, it's
action.
for the enemy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they come back to the space that you banished them from.
What's my seeking arrow do?
Your seeking arrow. Oh, that might work. Okay, so your seeking arrow. Using divination magic, you grant your arrow the ability to seek out your target, allowing the arrow to curve and twist its path in search of its prey. When you use this option, you don't make an attack roll for the attack. Instead, choose one creature you have seen in the past minute, which you have seen him. This arrow flies toward that creature, moving around corners if necessary and ignoring 3/4 cover and half cover. If the target is within the weapon's range and there's a path large enough for the arrow to travel to the target must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, it takes damage as if it were hit by the arrow, plus an extra 1d6 force damage, and you learn the target's current location. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage and you don't learn its location.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot my seeking arrow at the fleeing villain.
Okay.
The fleeing goon.
Okay, that's so awesome. Go
I
ahead.
use my longbow.
So describe what this looks like to everyone who suddenly sees an arrow whizzing past them from out of nowhere.
It looks like there's like a blue streak that follows behind it from it being lit up, and it almost looks like a drone going through the air.
Okay, so you guys see this streak of just blue zooming through the air past you, and you hear this kind of like this slight whistle sound as it just cleaves kind of wind and like kind of the just kind of like volume space as it winds past you guys through the alleyway straight toward this guy. All the way at the other end, Flashfire, you watch as this happens, Plasma and Laser Beam, all of you kind of witnessing this, and I'm going to make a dexterity saving throw for him. That is an utter fail, so go ahead and roll me 2d6.
Ooh.
Ooh,
6
And 5.
holy cow. Okay,
That was a 6 and a 5 for a total of 11 on the recurve roll.
Nice.
that is some massive damage, and this guy looks to be in a lot more pain than what you left him at, Flashfire.
Look at that flash fire. Oh, I'm sorry, dead weight. Your ass got saved again.
You see as the arrow kind of like just nails right between this guy's shoulder blades, and he cries out, completely unaware of where this attack came from. Recurve, you feel a sense of satisfaction.
All right, gentlemen, what are we doing next? Now that I stopped your guys from escaping.
Can we hear him? Are we like...
Yeah, so Recurve, you kind of say this over the sound of the distant screaming loud enough so that Laserbeam and Voidwalker can hear you from down below. Plasma and Flashfire, though, you guys probably wouldn't be able to hear unless you were shouting kind of almost to the top of your lungs.
Get me out of this alien jaw, please, sir.
Why?
Because one of us has to interrogate the criminals, and one of us is way more qualified to do that than the other.
I'll get you out of it if you shut up.
Just do it.
Voidwalker. Keep an eye on that guy that's down there.
Can I help Corey get out
This
of
guy?
Or can I help Flashfire?
That's
get
you
out?
right there, right? Yeah, that guy that stopped at the end there.
Wait, so
Yes, go ahead and honestly, you probably don't need to roll anything at this point. Just with your combined efforts, you would be able to pull the bug-like alien creature off enough, so that he can kind of like shimmy his way out.
Flashfire doesn't say thank you, but he does tell Plasma to go grab the other goon and put them next to each other so we can interrogate them.
So are these two are stopped? They're not dead, right?
Yeah, they're stopped. They're not dead. And then the one guy kind of standing here in front of Flashfire and Plasma kind of is standing with his hands up. And as you guys are doing this, as you're getting him out, Anethna kind of makes her way further onto the scene. Looks at you, Flashfire. I thought you were bug food for a second.
Never. Never that.
Looks like you got him.
Talking about a useless hero.
I should be able to get a read long enough to take this back to the lab.
Plasma.
Who?
Oh, my name's Plasma. It's nice to meet you.
Don't worry about him, he's lame. And he smells like
you-
sewer.
You're from here.
Yes, I'm from here.
Hey, hey guys, where is here?
I think this is where I'm from.
Okay, so we are no longer in my world.
Where'd you come from?
We came from New York City, but this is a different version of New York City that we haven't seen before.
The rift is still open too. It's not closing this time.
Does nobody care about why we just fought giant aliens, or am I the only one?
You guys could make your way. You guys could absolutely make your way over. As you see, kind of there's.
are we out of combat now?
We are out of combat.
Dang it!
Okay, so can we like all
Converge.
meet up over by Flashfire and
Yeah,
Plasma
absolutely.
with
So
the goon?
So
Yeah.
we converge all three goons and we're all there? Alright.
What was the character's name? His
Anethna.
Anethna. Okay. I'm becoming visibly less confident and comfortable looking at Anethna and becoming more quiet and withdrawn.
Hello, Crushy. Hello, Crushy.
So I will show everyone here a picture of our lovely Anethna. And kind of as she regards you all, perhaps since you're here, you can help us deal with this little problem? The reason that we're here is the reason I think these things are here.
I've never worked with anyone else before. I'd really rather get back to being on my own as quickly as possible.
I can tell.
And I
but-
don't want to work with him.
I don't like this guy, and I say that we either incinerate these goons or they answer our questions now.
Guys, there's still screaming going on. We have to get to the bottom of this.
Obviously, the goons know the answer, and obviously,
Yeah,
should
can we
just move
interrogate
get
the
there.
goons?
Yeah. So you guys would be able to kind of like pull the goons all together, kind of in a clump of just villainy, and kind of what are you doing to surround them or intimidate them?
Do we hang them off the roof or
Intimidate them.
threaten to melt them?
This is my specialty. I'll come around and help you guys with this, but I'm not sticking around as part of a team for long.
No one said we were a team.
We're just working together to get to the bottom of this.
I approach both the goons in a menacing manner, brandishing a sword made of blood in one hand, and I say, if you two both want to hold on to your lives for the rest of tonight, you'll answer each question swiftly. If you hesitate, I'll know if you're lying.
Roll me an intimidation check.
So my intimidation is +6. Oh crap, I rolled an 8.
Okay. One of the goons looks completely unfazed. It's the one that you actually missed to hit earlier. He looks unfazed. He's completely fine. He's kind of giving you like a death look. He doesn't know who you are. He's never encountered you or heard of you before. But the other guy...
Sorry. I want to let you know too, I have proficiency in intimidation, so that's +3.
Have you marked that down?
Yeah. Intimidation with, I'm sorry, what do you mean?
Yeah, so you've already marked that down. So it'd be, it's already 6. Yeah. So,
Man's a teddy bear.
So, but the other guy, you know, he saw you cleave through, not one, but 2 of these things. And so he's looking up at you like very, very scared. I can answer everything. Be fine. Yeah.
Let's start by telling me where you got this armor that you're wearing.
I take a step back to let Aaron do the cerebral part of the questioning.
You see the other guy, kind of the less intent on speaking of the 2, kind of nudges the first one, and he growls over, "You're not gonna say anything to these guys. You know what they'll do." The first of them, "No, but did you just see what they did? Did you just see those bugs? Okay, we got these from Star. Okay, we got these from Star."
How did you get these from Star?
We were employed. There's this Star. We're working for this other guy, and he's working with Star, and they're working to put something together. And so, you know, to make sure
What are they trying to put together?
I don't know. It's this weird rift thing. I never saw it before. We're just guards to make sure, you know, stuff gets transported right.
How can we find out where this rift originated?
I don't know.
At this point, I would like to incinerate the guy that was not talking. Try to get the other 2 to tell us everything that they know.
What were they
Are you
transporting?
just making him combust with your thing?
Yes.
You guys kind of, you don't notice anything weird until kind of you feel this heat come from flash fire beside you. Kind of his eyes light up a little bit with a bit of like a reddish glow, and then the guy sitting here begins to kind of like scream as his clothes erupt in flames.
Okay, so I have a frostbite thing here. Can I just intimidate Flashfire to not light up these goons on fire, or I will freeze him?
What would you be saying to do that?
Bro, if you keep messing around like this, I'm gonna freeze your arms off, and since you're squishy, I'm gonna stab you with my dagger.
We don't have time to waste, and we either incinerate one goon and get these other 2 to talk because they don't want to tell us everything they know, obviously, or we fight more of these giant alien things and then more people die. So pick one.
Flashfire's right. We don't have time to argue, but we're also heroes, so we're not gonna kill them.
Who said I was a hero?
This is why I don't like working with you.
We don't have... Listen, we'll go our separate ways right after this is done, but right
This
now...
is also why you can't control your powers, because you have no discipline.
Just put the flames out. We'll let them go. Trust me.
Fine.
And Ethna kind of like gives you a look, and then are you using the other half of that ability to put the flame out?
Yes.
Okay, so immediately the flame is snuffed. You see this guy's clothes are charred, holes already in places across him. His skin is definitely burned from having sat in fire.
Good decision, Deadweight.
Well, one of us is getting something done. Can I then ask the guy that I just singed to tell me everything he knows?
Go ahead and roll me an intimidation check with advantage. Ethna does speak up at this point, though, kind of glancing at you, Laserbeam. I've got the signature. If we go back to my lab, we can find it.
12 plus 4 is 16, and then with advantage, I get one more.
I don't trust you.
14 plus 4 is 18.
You don't trust.
18?
Yeah, Voidwalker just says I don't trust you to Anethna.
He's absolutely unfazed, by the way. That was a natural 20. And Ethna kind of, she looks at you. I'm from your world, okay? I got sucked into theirs for 3 weeks. I've been tracking this down for a long time. This is the last thing we need to be able to find what we're looking for. Do you want to roll an insight check?
Listen, Hood guy.
I do want to roll an insight check, but also, which was the dude that I missed with the punch?
That would be the guy he put on fire.
He's still alive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He's barely hanging on though at this point.
All right, I want to roll an insight check, but I also want to go up to the dude that I missed and ask him some questions. Insight.
Listen, hood guy. What was your name?
Voidwalker.
Voidwalker. While you're rolling your inside check, I say we just trust her. There's too many people here for us to fight amongst our own team.
Question for you
don't
guys. I could
trust
honestly
people.
light everybody here on fire if I felt like it. This guy just has arrows.
I'm tired of all the talking.
Do you guys have Star here?
7.
No,
No.
You don't get anything.
All right. Well, I'm next to the one
as
dude,
far as I know.
goon, and I go up behind him. I'm assuming he's probably kneeling down from being brutally burned, and I take out I just craft a sword made of shadow, and just hold it right next to his face, and my left hand is under his ear, pushing on his pressure point, and I lean in so no one else can hear, and I'll just text you what I want to ask him.
Okay. You guys watch as kind of this mostly silent, clad in black.
So flames are too much, but creepy shadow guy over here is fine.
He hasn't killed anyone yet.
Neither did I.
I want to try to figure out like what this world is. So I asked, what was your name, sir?
Plasma.
Plasma. I asked you if Star was here, because we're after Star, this corporation that has been doing some shady stuff.
Stop talking so much. I think.
Whoa. Hold on.
Are we
It's-
really just letting everybody know what we're here for right now?
It seems like this universe is not a duplicate of our universe, but it's completely different.
I'm not familiar with Star as you're describing. There's Star Labs, which is on a completely different state.
Do they deal with space?
No.
Then
Star
it's not
Labs is the
same
good
place.
guys.
It's not the same Star.
No.
So we've accomplished nothing so far. These guys haven't told us what we wanted, and
No.
we just gave.
We have exactly what we need.
And if that has the location of the rip,
We let them
If-
go. And she kind of turns her back to the guys a little bit. They lead us where we need to go.
I like the way you think.
Plan A, plan B.
I'm still not totally sure I can trust these three.
We don't have
Who
to.
3? What 3? What?
But they want to save their world as much as you want to save yours, right?
Suka,
seems like it.
Suka, you look like, like Batman? You have some kind of tracker stuff?
Yeah.
You don't know what a Batman is, by the way.
What is a Batman?
What is a Batman? You look like an Iron. We don't know what Iron Man is.
I
look
do not
like an
look like a
atom.
bat.
He's just got a lot of technology. Just do your thing, come on.
Okay, is there any way that we can put a tracker on these guys and let them go?
Go ahead and do you have Tinker's tools or like a proficiency with them? That would be on your.
I have right tool for the job.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, you would probably be able to craft something electronic, especially being the artificer that you are and having a Nethno with you. You would be able to kind of put something together very quickly. And then how would you plant these items on the guys?
So as he's whispering to this one goon, I'm gonna walk up to him, put my hand on the shoulder, say, all right, that's enough, pull him back, and as I do that, I touch the goon and put this tracker kind of inside his armor to where like it's not visible. And then we slowly go around to the other goons, and I continue to do the same thing as I talk to everyone else, saying, look, let's just let them go and go back to this lab. That's gonna give us the most invaluable information.
Okay. That's a good plan. That should be the plan, if you're all down with it.
If we're putting it to a vote, I vote yes.
I like the vote idea. I don't like being told what to do, but I vote yes also.
What was the question?
We're gonna let these guys go and then follow Anetha back to her lab.
I agree.
I don't like the idea of leaving 3 people that seen us all use our powers go back to people that we're trying to sneak up on.
And I don't like the idea of working with you, so it seems like a lot of us are making concessions today.
And I don't trust Anethna, so I agree with him.
Then I guess we're all on the same page.
Let's go.
Say that.
Close enough.
We're in the same book.
You guys begin to make your way. You plant the devices. Unfortunately, kind of the attempt that you're making against the guy beneath your hand, he's just, he's been through it. He's having a day, but he's got a resolve that's impressive even to you.
Yeah.
Are you trying to do anything else?
I mean, if I could do it again, yeah, but no.
Okay, so you step back as this decision is made, all of you guys kind of watching and letting them go. They make their way back through kind of this rift or portal or whatever it is that's combining or meshing your guys' universes, disappearing through it and into that fog. Anethna kind of nods to the rest of you and leads you guys down that same direction after a few minutes. And she kind of looks at the device that she has on her arm, a bit of like a holographic diagram there displayed on it. It's blurry and fuzzy and glitching, as though trying to track the goons up until you pass through that fog. And then you're able to see it clearly again. So you guys begin on your way back into the city. It takes a little bit of time.
We're traveling. I want to kind of make like an obvious nod to Voidwalker and Recurve to kind of hang back so we can have a more private conversation.
Okay, so it does take a while to get there, so you guys definitely would have time for this conversation. What's going on with you guys?
Look, I don't generally trust anybody, but these guys came completely out of nowhere. I want to know where your head's at.
I think we definitely should stick together. In case they're the bad guys. We don't know this world.
Voidwalker?
You guys are from this world. You know this world.
Didn't we
Not
just
this
go
world.
back to
You
the
just
world?
stepped through to your world.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, since the 3 of us are from the world we just stepped away from, Voidwalker would definitely agree with
Your assessment.
Recurve and Plasma's assessment. Yeah, let's make sure we keep this on the down low.
I'm inclined to trust Anethna at this current moment, but the guys, especially Deadweight, scare me. I don't trust a hero that can't pull their own weight.
According to Anethna, she's from our world.
Well,
So is her lab in our
Something
world?
weird.
No, so the hideout she's made in your world is just the one that she was stuck there, so she found a place to set up. And now the
So that's where
equipment...
we're heading back.
Yeah, so the only reason you would gather is the reason she doesn't go back to wherever she's from in her world is because all the equipment she's been using to track everything is in your world.
Gotcha.
well, if she trusts those guys, then I'll keep an eye on everything for now, but I think we should just be leery.
I agree.
Watch your 6.
On
It's
the
going down.
on the way over there, I would like to try to deceive Voidwalker into letting me in on what I know they were probably talking about.
How would you attempt to do this?
I would,
Closer to
when I see Voidwalker, I would go up to him and say, "Hey, I appreciated how you handled things back there and how you tried to intimidate that goon. I think we're on the same page. I think we can trust each other." And then
Some common ground.
see if he would let me in, because I know that you guys are plotting something just the same way we're plotting something, because we can't really trust each other. But I think we're cut from the same cloth.
I would politely respond saying, I could see your mistakenness for intimidation being the same as yours, but my tactics are very different from yours.
Are they really, though?
You immediately flamed this dude. I put light pressure and whispered to him,
I'm striking up an awkward conversation with Anethna while you guys are having a conversation.
hey, what do you want to do next week?
So, come here often?
I would... So you're trying to get me on your side.
Yes.
I'm just not So I don't know if I have to roll.
Okay. Roll me persuasion and then roll me insight.
Alright, my persuasion is a 10 plus 7, so 17
Okay.
is my persuasion.
Actually, I trust you more, Mr. Bean. You proved yourself in battle.
Wait, can I wait?
What's up?
Is it okay if I change my tactic a slight bit?
How's that?
As if like I don't.
You give misinformation?
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could like make him believe that I wanted to be on his side, but then I really don't want to be on his side. I want to stick with my 3 guys, but I know he already rolled,
It's a
so
real survivor scenario.
Still roll insight, but then kind of roll a deception as well, as this kind of idea sparks in your mind as
As
he's
he feels
attempting.
confident.
Yeah.
all right. Rolling insight.
9.
So it's a 12 for insight.
12 for insight. Okay, and then roll deception.
What's your favorite desert island book?
So you're trying to convince him what?
I am trying to convince him that we are on. I'm trying to convince Voidwalker that we're on the same side, and try to get an in onto what the 3 of them were talking about.
So Voidwalker, you gather that you don't sense any kind of like malintent, but there seems to be like a truth behind being on the same side, fighting the same fights.
All right, Mr. Void.
So, with that insight check, that's kind of what you're able to glean. However, with your deception check, as this plan comes to mind to kind of trick him into thinking that you're also on his side to that level, you're able to kind of give a bit more of a nod. What is your passive insight?
My passive insight.
So that's going to be 10 plus your insight modifier.
10.
So you do. So you see as kind of the wall. Did you roll deception?
Yeah, I rolled a 5 and plus 6, so 11.
So you see as kind of he doesn't look very convinced, but you see as though there's a bit of like a crack down that wall of this kind of like very solemn, quiet, dark person hero ? And you think that maybe you have a foothold that you can work on.
I'm gonna play the angle on I'm gonna play the dead parent angle and try to come at him from a point of
The dead parent angle? like emotion?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a play on emotions. I'm gonna appeal to Voidwalker's emotions to try to share information with me. if
What
that works.
emotions?
I don't know, my dad's alive. I don't know.
What information are you trying to get from it?
What the
Go
what the
ahead
three of
and
them are talking
roll
about.
like performance for me. What are you saying and how are you trying to connect with him?
Let's just go to our.
Listen, Voidwalker, I know that we're almost at our destination, and I know that the 3 of you were plotting something. I will tell you all of what I and Laserbeam, very on the nose, we're talking about and discussing if you tell us what we were discussing, because the only way we'll be successful is if we are honest and open with each other.
I mean, if you really want to know, I can tell you, but it's not that interesting.
All right.
Can I jump in and just kind of
Are you having this conversation to the side and privately?
Private conversation.
Yeah, I think it's
So
like
you kind of
lagging
you
back.
see they're kind of off to the side. Roll me sleight of hand checks.
Me?
Yeah, both of you.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
12.
You rolled a 1?
I rolled a 1.
All right, we're just going to take the 1 plus
Wait, what's his name?
12.
Flash fire.
Flashfire is
said
like,
12?
we're talking, everybody.
You said
Yeah,
12?
12.
I wanted to whisper.
Okay.
My dad died.
So basically, everyone can hear everything you're saying.
Oof.
Oof. All right.
But they are kind of off to the side. They're trying to be secretive.
Recurve, this is why I said we shouldn't trust him.
so
Everyone can hear everything I'm saying too.
With the 12, what are your guys' passive insight or passive perceptions?
Passive
So
perception.
that's the number in the special box underneath skills.
Everybody's?
Yeah.
Mine's 12.
Recurves is 13.
where?
13.
Oh, down here.
11.
Passive.
So only plasma.
Everybody but Laserbeam can hear what Void is saying. However, you can all hear what Flashfire is saying.
The reason I can't hear them is because I'm like leading
Got that helmet on.
with the leading the pack, and they're slowly falling behind.
The money from your childhood is insulating your ears.
Sorry, I don't follow.
All right.
No, so like do I say what I'm gonna say?
You might be a little preoccupied talking to Ineshna. Which
Yeah,
we'll get
so
to.
he
That's
gets
what I'm following.
disadvantaged for that. He's too focused on the girl.
What were you guys talking? Because I know you guys were talking. What were you guys talking about? boys?
Listen, it's obvious. We trust each other because we know each other. We don't know you guys, so we're just being weary. We're gonna have to figure out a way for us to all trust each other if we're gonna get this mission done.
Okay, so I noticed that they're all talking, so I kind of circle back, go up to them, and be like, guys, we do not have time to argue or fight each other. You guys are not from this world, and if you guys would like to get back, you should probably stick with us. So then I can persuade them, or
Yeah, roll persuasion. And then if you guys want to, you can roll insights on it. That is a natural 20.
boom.
Why even bother?
Wow. All right. 19.
Instead of 19.
Yeah. Wait. So it's a 22, but he got a net.
So what's your bonus on top of your natural 20?
0 for persuasion.
0?
Where am I?
5.
looking?
Does that mean? Does that
Perception?
Insight?
insight?
Oh, insight.
Yeah, insight.
Plus 0, so I got 13.
All right.
Okay.
I guess we're going to our destination. No more arguing.
I mean, technically, I
So
22.
natural 20s are weird, but you did get over it. So you are fairly convinced. With your insight, you can see that, like, it's up to you if you feel as much of that convincing, but you are able to glean that, like, he's being completely honest.
He showed.
You might be able to pick up there's something in there that, like, he has motivation, but it's like for this cause, but it's nothing that strikes you as, oh, that's off. That's more along the lines of you've had, people in your past that you've gone after before for whatever reason that you've needed to go after them. You kind of catch a little bit of that in his tone of, we need to do this. However, the rest of you just find that he makes a convincing argument.
You showed valor in battle. You're being candid and speaking earnestly to everyone. You earned my respect for now.
Yeah, I walk up to him and shake his hand.
Recurve has earned my respect for that one cool shot. Plasma, I challenge you to a duel once this is all over.
Okay, so
It's your funeral.
So we're on our way.
move on to our destination of going back to the lab, right?
Yes, so you guys weren't really being hindered. It was more that you were kind of walking
Okay.
as you were talking.
They were just falling
But-
behind.
Yeah, so you've kind of figured this dynamic out at least a little bit, or enough to continue forward. Not as kind of frayed as you were,
A little
but
more cohesive.
yeah, before we get there, I'm just a little interested on what is your conversation with Anethna, Plasma?
Hey, Anethna. How's it going?
She kind of glances over at you. It's fine.
Look, I'm not so good at this, but you're the only one that strikes me as trustworthy. Out of this group, I need somebody to tell me about Star, and we need to know what's going on. We can't work in the dark. Me and people from my world. Can you let us know what's going on?
Well, I am. Oh, wait, I want to see it.
What is
What
it?
is
You gotta stay on
Okay.
track here.
As you ask this question, and Ethna looks ahead, considers. I'm from your world. I came to New York. I was studying over at Oxford, and then read some weird readings in my energy, just cosmic research studies, and not everyone's looking into that because that just happens all the time these days, right? So I was looking into it, and
I wouldn't really know about that. My sister was kind of the smart one, I guess.
I suppose it's the heroes cause things all the time, and it's not like it isn't common anymore, but this one stood out because it wasn't the same readings that you see when, people travel to Hades and back. So I found my way here, and by accident, been looking into Star. I didn't know much about it until I ran into those two. She kind of nods up to Flashfire and Laserbeam.
And what makes you trust those guys?
I've been here for 3 weeks, and they're the only ones who've been on the same trail as me.
You've only been gone for 3 weeks? You spent that whole time investigating, trying to get back?
This isn't my home. I was stuck here. The rifts weren't open long enough to come through and stay, but they've been getting longer, and so I've been able to...
And yet you feel inspired to step right back into this world the moment that you were home.
Because these aren't going to stop.
Can any of us hear this conversation?
At this point, this conversation is kind of going on as as your conversation is, as you're at the front of the pack, and Recurve is
Playing with his dice.
wherever Recurve, where are you at? Kind of.
I was talking mostly to these two, Flashfire and
Okay.
Voidwalker.
Yeah. And so Anthena and Plasma have kind of made their way. They're kind of between where Laserbeam is and the rest of the group is.
Can you tell me everything that you know about Star?
I only know as much as Flashfire and Laserbeam do, but Laserbeam knows way more than I do.
I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to talk to them. I want to talk to you. Can I roll a check?
Go for it.
Holy shit. I rolled a 2 and I have +2, so it's a 4. What can I get with my 4?
Stinky.
There's not much. I mean, she seems to be telling the truth. She doesn't know much about Star. She kind of just got here. By the sounds of it, she's been researching more of the phenomenon as opposed to the company. But what she does tell you, Star is some kind of corporation that's backing whatever is happening with the rifts opening and closing, and however they're connected to this, I think they're the reason this is able to happen.
Well, hopefully we're about to find out more. I feel a little bit wary of Anethna with the way she turned right back around and went into the world, but she reminds me of somebody from my past, so I'm more still inclined to trust her. And also, I had the seed of doubt planted by Voidwalker.
Just can't be too sure.
As you guys carry on, you eventually are able to, you come to kind of this rundown apartment. Flashfire and Laserbeam, you know that she's kind of holed up in this kind of abandoned place. She doesn't live here. She's not from this universe, so she's kind of found a makeshift place to call home, or at least lab.
Nicer than my place.
So you guys all come to this apartment, step inside, and she kind of weaves to the front of the group at this point, opening the door, and kind of like grimaces as she starts to open it, looking at you guys. I was stuck here and needed somewhere to crash, so found this place abandoned. Figured I'd borrow it. It's not very nice, so don't judge me on my cleanliness. It's not a reflection of that.
Smells nicer than the sewers.
Opens the door, and you guys see that it's one single room with kind of like an offshoot bathroom is kind of the only other room in this apartment. There are a few kind of musty chairs filling the center of the room, kind of the living room area, and a questionable in quality bed tucked kind of into the far corner. You see that trash kind of litters the floor, though it appears that Anethna is kind of, she's kind of kicked it mostly to the sides of the room. The rats appear to be hugging the walls rather than scurrying the rotted food piles in the open, at least. So, however, where she leads you guys, where it seems that she seems to have set up, is the kitchen, where it looks more like some kind of shoddy laboratory than kind of like a tech den than, you know, a kitchen. So she kind of turns to you guys. This is where we've been working out of. Let's start with questions or explanations.
This is a mansion for Sewer Boy over here, so.
The evidence that we gathered from the scene, you said it was the key to figuring this thing out. What are we going to do with that?
I've been reading the signatures on the rifts ever since I got to this side and was able to scrounge up technology to do that. None of them have stayed open long enough or been big enough to read signatures on. So I haven't been able to do any kind of a tracking to find like a center point where all this is originating. But they've been getting bigger and lasting longer over time. So Flashfire and Laserbeam and I have been tracking what we can. Came to the one where we met you. And the signature there, whatever the energy is, I was able to pick it up enough that my tech here read it. I just have to run it through the computers to get a more accurate techie read on it for, you know, simple terms. And then we should be able to find the origin source in whatever warehouse or building or something that they're working out of to track them down. It'll take a few hours though, so.
Do it.
Okay.
Well said.
So she nods, turns back, seems kind of like she's a relatively awkward person. It doesn't look like she's very good with, you know, people, you know, she's...
Can't relate.
She kind of turns back to the computer. It's more like a bracer that she wears, but as you guys see her tap into it, she kind of pulls off the armor that she had been wearing, and there's still the device in her arm, as though it's kind of like part of her. And she kind of takes a wire from one of the computers, taps it in, and kind of pulls a chair over with her foot and sits down. So this will take a while, it'll upload, and then I have to run the programs for it to read. So you might want to make yourselves at home. We'll be here for 2 or 3 hours, and then we can get going.
And this will prove who's creating these time warps
We'll be able
and where
to
they're being
find
made from.
where they're being made from, and hopefully that's where we'll see who's actually making them.
All right. Well, if we're taking a load off, I'll take the floor. It's where I'm most comfortable, anyways.
I would just like to remind Plasma Boy over here that I literally sleep with one eye open, and if you do anything funny, I'll shoot a fireball in your face.
It's
If you shoot a fireball in my house, I'm kicking you to the other world.
She didn't say anything about lightning.
Let's get some rest.
All right, so you guys all kind of managed to find a spot throughout the small apartment to sit down, rest. Go ahead and mark down short rests. If any of you have taken damage, do you see where you wrote down your hit dice on your sheet?
Where do we write short rest?
Yeah.
You won't write down a short rest.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just for the purposes of noting that the fighter will get back his fighting abilities, and the warlock will get back their spell slots.
You and me get nothing.
How many hours are we resting?
Just 3, so that's not going to constitute as a long rest. Though, if you did take damage, did any of you take damage?
That's a good one on damage.
I did not.
Of course you did.
None of us,
So
but
what you can do
Twinkletoes over there.
is roll like 1 or 2 of your d6s and regain that many hit points.
2 of my d6s?
Yeah. 1 or 2 of them. You might want to start with 1 to see if you can get 6 back.
Would make sense that the only thing you're good at so far is
5.
taking a rest.
Okay, and then you can roll another one as well.
6.
6. Okay, so you get all 11 hit points back. You're back at maximum.
We're at full capacity again.
Back to his fully unimpressive capacity.
I would like to say, hey, Recurve, it was pretty awesome how you shot that arrow, and I totally want to light one on fire.
Maybe we'll get the opportunity to team up in the future.
Why can't you be more like this guy?
So you guys managed.
Me, man.
You managed to get in your short rest, and by the end of it, Anethna kind of, you see her stand up in the kitchen. Hey, I got it. I got a location. Ready to head out?
Where is it?
Stuff up.
It's a warehouse on the far side of town, New York. Kind of by the docks. I don't know if it's the same in this world for Oz, but
Hey, Laserbeam, you got transport?
He's rich. I'm sure he has something.
Not rich.
I'm sorry, your dad's rich.
You don't know who my dad is.
I'm just assuming.
Anybody
with a jetpack has money, right?
Yeah, let's just say I got a car that everyone can hop in, and we drive over there.
Yeah.
What kind of car? Fiat?
The van.
Ford C-Max?
The laser mobile.
So you, the party
The
kind of packs up and begins to head out towards this location. And Anethna kind of, has her bracers back on, everybody's suited up, kind of has a map out, is sitting in the front seat for navigational purposes, and kind of leading you through the streets of this world to New York. All the way until you reach what appears to be a warehouse. And you come to it. It's kind of a short and stocky warehouse. Very kind of like unlike the other warehouses in this district. And as you guys come to it, you decide, okay, we're going to park not at this one, but kind of down the street a little bit. And as you guys come up to it, how are you approaching this warehouse? You can see the front of it is, for the most part, closed, but there are some kind of like openings for trucks and such to come in with deliveries.
Without talking to them, I start to run towards the front door.
Wait. I think we should talk about this.
I slowly stop.
I can fly up in the air and head over towards the warehouse just to see if there's anyone guarding it. I can kind of like circle around, see what's around the perimeter, or if any guards are up top watching the place.
Is Plasma strong enough to lift me and Recurve up to the roof so that we can use our ranged attacks?
I'm not touching you.
I'm sorry. Is Laserbeam strong enough to lift Recurve and I?
At half speed, and I would need strength checks because, people do weigh things.
I can do this myself.
I definitely think recon is a good first step.
And we should definitely be coming at this as a team.
Not used to working as part of a team, so I don't really know what that means. What are we supposed to do differently?
Doesn't surprise me, Sewer Boy.
Create a plan where
Okay, why
your
don't-
abilities work together.
Arrow guy, what was your name? I'm sorry.
Recurve.
Recurve. Why don't you go at the top of the building across the street?
Who made you king?
Look, we're dealing with some dangerous people here, and I'm gonna either do this with you guys or without you guys.
Let's not let our egos get in the way of this mission.
My ego or his?
If either of you two.
I don't have an ego. He's got daddy's money and he's got a sewer, so.
Well, you might have an ego if you didn't do so bad in the last fight.
I just am focusing on completing the mission, guys.
Whatever gets me back out of here.
I don't even know what our
Fine.
mission is. I'm just here to blow stuff up.
You can be king, just keep telling everyone else what to do then.
Why don't we go up to the doors and just see what's inside first?
Okay.
That works.
We're now gonna do recon.
As long as we get some recon in.
If we don't know what we're walking into, then it's probably not great. This is the base of operations. How many guards might they have, right?
Sounds like a good plan.
Of course you think it's a good plan, 'cause you made it.
You always have
I really think, can I at least just fly around to see if
Absolutely,
there's anything?
yeah.
Okay, so
Alright. Some
I'd like to
reconnaissance.
still do that.
Yeah.
Some reconnaissance.
I don't know, maybe a good idea that
Why don't we have Voidwalker provide, cover and support for you too?
Shadow.
So that, well, so if he can move in the shadows, just move up the shadow side of the building so that way you're not up there alone in case something does happen.
Yeah, and then you can have an arrow pointed at the entrances and exits to,
I like it.
anything that needs to.
We got ourselves a starting of a plan.
All right. And then Plasma, can you make sure that this fire guy over here doesn't do anything stupid?
I don't think you should leave me with him, but I guess.
All right. So we go do our search, and do we find anything?
Go ahead and roll me perception and stealth checks.
Me and Flashfire are probably bickering the whole time, not providing good
That's
awareness.
pops, so you'll want to roll it again.
Perception is 19.
A 9.
Is everyone rolling right now?
Only if you're doing recon
Wait, what do you say? Perception and stealth?
and stealth.
So perception is 19.
Okay.
And stealth is 21.
10 for perception, and stealth is 16.
Okay, so you guys managed to stealth pretty well. Kind of night has fallen over New York at this point. It's pretty dark, but all of you can see in the darkness. You go up into the air, kind of flying about. Thankful at this point for kind of the silent running of the jetpack that you have, and making your way around. You don't see all that much laser beam as you go around the outside of the building. It seems that everything they have, whatever it is all on the inside, including guard duty. You don't see anyone posted on top, outside, around, anything like that. And it's kind of strange to you to see this. You've been a hero for a little while. You've seen other star industry labs. And research facilities, but they're all generally pretty well guarded, unlike this one, and generally a lot bigger, a lot techier. It stands out to you that this building doesn't stand out. Voidwalker, you're on the ground, right? You're going around, kind of following beneath where laser beam is going.
Yes.
As you're doing this, kind of like slinking in the shadows very successfully, they are kind of your home, and they are yours to control, essentially. As you're going around, you rolled a what on perception?
19 on perception.
19 on perception. You notice, kind of there is a strange, like same whole deal. There's a strange lack of guards, but also there's just a strange lack of activity as you're going through, kind of trying to listen to doors and listen to nearby areas, not only kind of like further around the warehouse, but also inside the warehouse. Everything that you do here is very distant, as though like for whatever reason there's a lot of space between you and them, even more so than just the wall between you. As you go, though, no one notices either of you in the air or on the ground, and you manage to come back around to the party.
Is there any windows?
There are no windows, but there is kind of like the open hangar space in the front where it looks like trucks might back into. But you can't really see into the darkness of the warehouse space past that. There are two doors on either side, kind of like tucked inside of that kind of hangar space. Are you guys going up to and looking inside kind of that open hangar?
I would like to.
You would like to?
Can he like travel through shadows? Can he like go into the shadows from
Mechanically,
outside
can you do that?
and inside?
Mm-hmm.
That was my original plan, yeah. To like if it's nighttime, I would be able to be like.
Okay. Did you take the feet Fey touched, or did you just do the spell Misty Step?
I think we just did the spell Misty Step.
Okay, so for the purposes of maintaining mechanical continuity, no. But we can say Misty Step in the aesthetic and mechanic of it, you are able to travel through shadow. So as long as you are traveling from one spot to another, that is kind of encased in shadow, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a little robot that I can release and have go into the building and do Renaissance for us. Or
Reconnaissance.
Renaissance.
Renaissance.
Okay, so you see as Voidwalker begins working toward the open door, and you decide, okay, I'm going to send my homunculus down with him.
Laser beam,
Okay.
Voidwalker, what'd you guys find?
We haven't found anything yet.
So you guys, Voidwalker and the Voidwalker and the homunculus servant, your little robot buddy, head inside, and as you do, you see that the drop-off zone for the trucks is cut short by about a 50-foot drop down, where you see the actual, like, what's going on in the warehouse is taking place at the bottom. You see about 4 lines of, like, rows of just stacks and stacks of boxes, crates, the like, kind of, you know, how you would see at Home Depot or something. You see there are a number of guards, and if you would like to try and count the number, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Him or me?
Both.
1. That's not useful.
Oh, 11.
You forgot to give it eyes this time. No, it's you. So as you released it, you realized, kind of looking through the monitor, the feed, that you forgot to clean the lens of the homunculus.
What if, since he's going underground, the connectivity is messing up? I didn't forget to do anything. It's the signal's being blocked because he went underground.
Sounds like you're an idiot to me.
Sounds like it doesn't fix all your problems.
Voidwalker, what'd you roll?
11.
11. You're able to count maybe, like, from where you can see, maybe 3 guards, but you can barely see into the depth of kind of the area. You can see some kind of lights on the far end, but it's difficult to make out if there's anyone else moving on the floor. So that's kind of what you're able to make out. You do see there are indeed 2 kind of what look to be like stairwell doors on your left and right inside of the warehouse that you might be able to use to get down to the bottom. But based on that perception check, just looking down, you can see there's a heftily armed guard in front of each of those. So you may need to somehow distract them or get them to the top, or just go in guns blazing.
Okay, so I'm gonna, like, tap Humongolopolis drone thing, your little thing, and, like, look at me, because I know your eyes aren't working, but your audio feed should be working, I hope. And I'm gonna tell Laserbeam that there's 3 dudes down there, pretty heavily armed, 2 entryways, and a Home Depot.
All right, and I relay that to everyone else.
So we should go in guns blazing.
I'm already going, so you guys better catch up. Well, I tell that to the drone.
I was 10 steps ahead of you guys.
He's already in.
I'm already running behind him.
Well,
There's 6 of us and 3 of them.
Recurve can take out the guards at each door, and I can shoot a giant fireball to the middle of everything. And
You
then
could
we can
light up
figure
the
it out
place.
after that.
Maybe you guys are
Rich?
lighter on experience, but just keep in mind that a lot of times what you see is not exactly what you get once you get in the door.
We'll be able to see everything once I light it on fire.
You want to light
We're gonna have
up
to
without
wait.
burning everything? You want to just put some fire in the room so we can see?
Yeah, I don't think shooting a giant fireball down the center of this
Just,
unknown,
like, you know, like
possibly
hover
highly
it.
technological place is a good idea.
Retroactively as well, and then I would have given all of you ear comms
Okay.
to be able to speak within 60 feet of each other.
But no flashlight.
One thing we're gonna have to keep in mind is we have to take these guys out anyways if we're gonna get to the lower levels.
All right, I'm going down to the right stairwell.
I make a fireworks show of it. Everybody's distracted. Recurve takes out the guys at the guard, and then we go through the front of the door.
Are you formulating a plan right now?
I'm gonna shoot a fireball down the middle anyway, so you either follow me or you don't.
I'm definitely not following you.
You can go in first. Just
All right, and that's then I would kind of say into the comms, whatever you're doing, just try and look for something big and mechanical that we might be able to take out. And if that isn't there, find a way to go deeper.
Is there any way we can be, like, discreet about this? Like, this guy's a shadow guy. Can he just
So I want to go
transport
down
through the shadows,
one of the
take him out
stairwells.
real quick?
I want
We
sewer
got
boy
an
to be
arrow
right
guy
next
over
You're down
here.
one of the stairwells already, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how far are you going? All the way?
Yeah, I want to try and get. There's a guard behind the door, right? Or at the door.
On the other side, like at the door.
Okay, so I want to try and, like, get past him.
I'm
He's
slow
kind
down
of-
my approach,
so-
hearing Aaron's message over the comms.
So let's like
There's a door and then there's a guard.
door, and the guard is looking that way, like at the entrance of the door.
Okay.
I would like to ask Laser Beam.
Stealth this.
Doesn't it make more sense for us to be the distraction and for Voidwalker to get in as far as possible while we're fighting everybody to figure out what he can and then we just leave?
No, because we don't know what we're fighting. We don't know what's down here.
Guys, I'm right in there. What should I do?
Take him out.
All right. I'm trying this.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead and
Takes out my comm. He's like, don't talk.
what are you going to do to attempt to like take him out? Going to dinner? Or are you like
Do you have good persuasion? Or intimidation?
We're gonna try to talk these guys
Really good
into.
intimidation, perception,
Did they find
persuasion.
that there was no people in like?
Can you
the
do what
area
you
in
did to the
warehouse?
other guard?
Like,
Come up
as you
behind
get
him
down
with
the
your
stairs?
knife?
huh?
And
They find there was like
ask
no
him
people
to, or
in the
tell
top
him to
floor
reveal
of the
what's
warehouse
behind this
before he
door.
went downstairs. That's
And
where
then
There
if he
is no
doesn't
top
listen,
floor.
you just kill him.
It's
So
the
I-
like drop off point for the
Yeah.
Or hurt
drops,
him,
and
or
then
whatever.
boom, all the way down.
That'd be your decision.
Can I just make my way to wait at the top of the staircase just so I can head down there?
Yeah, so the group, you guys would be able to kind of come
I'm raring to go at this point. I want to just be nearby if there's going to be action.
For once, I
Okay.
agree with Plasma.
I know we're not in combat, but can I use the features of some of my spells to distract? Because if that was the case, then that would be cool.
Can't you just
Like what?
incapacitate the door
Like,
guy?
there's one that I could, like, summon Shadow Spawn. Like, I could just create another part of me at the other end of the hallway, so he kind of starts walking over there, and then I just go in the door easily. If that made any sense to you.
Okay, one more time.
So, okay, this is what I'm envisioning. I walk down, I cast Summon Shadow Spawn, and a shadowy spirit shows up on the other side, so he's gonna be diverted to look that way, and then I just go in without being seen.
Okay, did you go to the left or the right door?
Oh.
Top or bottom?
Oh. So I'm
On the left, right?
Other side. Other side. No, 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 no.
The left.
Yeah.
oh
The lid,
here.
The lid.
Here. Nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're either up here or you're on the other end.
Oh, so
Right there, right there.
See the thing that's pinging? Right here. That's pinging. It keeps moving, but
That's you.
Okay, these are guards.
And these are the guards.
Yeah.
Yeah, either one. I mean, I just want to distract one of them so I can get in and try and see.
looks to me like the guy on the left is more secluded, so I'd start there. By the 8.
Top one.
Yeah, let's do that. So, and this is like 90 feet, so I could put my shadowy spirit like somewhere over here.
Here?
Yeah, somewhere over here. That way he starts, trying to check it out, and then I'll just kind of come and hide
Okay.
over here.
As you get to the bottom, you're able to make a little bit more out. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of tech in this warehouse as far as you're seeing. But go ahead and you can cast your spell. But keep in mind there are verbal components to spells. So if you cast it, he's going to hear you casting it behind him.
I mean, can I whisper?
You can attempt a sleight of hand check to whisper.
Gary needs a new pair of shoes. 6.
6 plus what?
Plus
You
2.
do have inspiration if you want to use it.
So what does that do? I just get to
You
re-roll?
get to reroll with advantage.
I will use that.
That's the only time you get to use it, though.
You said with advantage, right? Okay. So
No, that was the advantage.
That was the advantage.
Oh, well, that's 10, so that's better than the last one.
Plus 2.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that is plus the 2 because that's an 8.
Yeah.
Does he hear you cast the spell?
Let's see here.
I mean, that's not a bad score.
While we're waiting around,
This guy's just doing his guard duty. He hears.
I'm asking Plasma, Laser Beam, and Recurve why we haven't just blasted through the front of these doors already.
I completely ignore him.
Because, like Laser Beam said, flash fire.
Dead
We
weight.
don't know what's behind these doors. We only have eyes on 4 guards. We have no idea what else might be in here.
We've got a perfectly good bullet sponge right here.
bullets.
Put him to use.
Deadweight, if you were half as good in action as you were talking, we would have just gone inside.
So, Voidwalker, you notice that this guard does not seem to be the most perceptive at this point. They're looking in this direction, but they're also kind of looking out across the way, seeming in disdain to somebody over in this direction who has stopped driving his truck and is playing some kind of game on his phone.
You got games on your phone?
So he does
have
not
those in your
hear
world.
you as you whisper, kind of like cast the spell under your breath, and there's kind of like a slight like light that flashes from your hands, but it's a very dark, muted kind of light in the same sense of what you're casting, of what you're summoning across the way. So you're summoning a shadow spawn?
Yep.
I should have taken into account creating a token for this. We're going to we're gonna put a bird there.
And then it says I could choose an emotion.
Each emotion does something different.
Flirt with
I
them.
think.
Do you need the
Can I-
stat block? Do you need me to send that to you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna consult my team here and get on the comms and whisper again without him because this dude's an idiot. So, guys, I'm casting a spell. I can pick fury, despair, or fear. I'm thinking fear, right?
I'm thinking I'm back.
I saw a movie once.
Yeah, I think there's. Good, sorry.
Yeah, I like that too.
I don't run from evil. Evil runs from me. I say use fear.
Okay, casting fear. Which
Okay.
oh, this is yeah, that's cool. So I pretty much have two of myself.
Okay. So, well, summon Shadow Spawn. Let's see.
I whisper, thank God we
Very
got two
nice.
Voidwalkers and not two Deadweights.
So, you
Doesn't it make more sense to just take him out?
You summon this creature, and you see kind of this this wispy kind of like, and you're summoning kind of like in the form of you, just creepier. Or
Yeah, it says like a Bizarro to Superman kind of thing.
okay, let me see here.
That's what the D&D rules say.
Yeah, it says misshapen, biped, marked by the chosen emotion. Whatever that means.
You see kind of like this darker version of you, just kind of warped by this magic and by whatever kind of, goes through the process of this spell appear, kind of shadows billowing off of it just in waves. And you summon it. What are you going to tell it to do?
I'm gonna tell it to start just being kind of obvious, like walking in this way as to attract two of the dudes.
Like a haunt.
Yeah,
Like that.
because then they're gonna be like,
Okay, it is a tangible
oh, never mind.
shadow being, but
I didn't know
so
that.
you're telling it to begin walking down, right? And kind of making noises, sounding like some kind of like a zombie or evil
Yeah.
monster creature.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do this, and the creature indeed does begin moving, making sounds, not intending on being quiet whatsoever. 5 feet after 5 feet after 5 feet, manages to move about that 15 feet in the time that it takes for 3 of the guards to kind of look up within sight of it, and kind of like you hear all of them, you hear 2 of them and see 2 of them as they kind of like curse and kind of sit up and get to their feet, and they're like, one of them kind of shouts, "Whoa, what the hell is that, man?" The guard at this door remains completely silent, but you see as kind of an alertness overcomes it, and it dawns on you that this guard is probably the heavier duty of the guards and the goons of this place. It begins moving forward, turn in that direction, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 feet. The guard from the kind of device over here, the vehicle, steps out, pulls out his gun, is looking in this direction, and you see coming from the shadows, somebody is kind of wending their way toward it. Had initially been on duty, potentially going the other direction, has now been drawn back to look in on whatever this creature is.
Just like that, we have 5 guards.
I'm gonna alert the team and say, I got 3 guards distracted right now. I think now is the best opportunity to come in the same way I did.
I ironically ask if our whole point was to not make noise and be stealthy, why we're making all the noise in the world, and why I haven't been able to blow something up yet. But I agree and say, let's go.
I mean, if you want to blow something up, then do it. Now you got 3 dudes in one central spot.
Now that we have 3 guards all in one location.
Now there's only 2 left that don't know what's going on.
Okay. So just for your reference for Fireball, if you were wanting to cast that, you'd have to cast it in a central region, because like here, because otherwise some of them are out of range if you try to cast it on the shadow spawn.
Can I cast Fireball from where I'm at behind the wall? Or I have... Oh,
There
wait,
isn't a wall here.
there's no wall there.
Yeah.
I would like to cast Fireball and also start incinerating everything in that spot.
Okay. Let's see. How far does Fireball reach? Just for
150 feet.
150 feet?
Lord.
Are you giving anybody a chance to move or do anything before you do cast that?
I am going to, before I do that, I have a bonus action.
How did his spells get so wrinkled up in this short amount of time?
I would like to Dragon's Breath
Traveling from universe to
recurse
Okay.
so that he can have fire powers for the...
He isn't going to be going in melee. You do know that.
Oh. I guess I'll give Sewer Boy some fire powers and use Dragon's Breath on him.
Okay. Okay. So you now have a spell called Dragon's Breath in effect on you. If you would like to give him the spell card so he can reference that. You kind of lean over, you touch him, you cast it. You're a little bit apprehensive about doing so, but you do it anyways. Laser beam, recurve. What are you doing as you get this information from Voidwalker down below?
I'm gonna draw my bow, and I'm going to equip my seeking arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna target one of the other 2 guards that are not in the immediate vicinity.
Okay. And Nesna is going to, as well as you guys, as you begin to do that, and then we'll get to laser beam and begin. She's going to move kind of to the stairwell and begin her way down toward where Void is at.
I would like, if possible, to move or teleport using Misty Step to be in a position equidistant from the 2 guys on the bottom part of the screen.
These guys?
Yeah.
Okay, what you might be able to do is get down the stairs. I would need you to roll me stealth, though. It's about a 50-foot drop into the depth of this warehouse.
It's just 50 feet. I'm imbued with extra powers from my build. Oh my god, it's only a +1. Jesus, it was almost 15. 5 + 1.
Okay. You do have inspiration if you would like to use it.
I'm gonna hold on to my inspiration.
Okay. As you begin your way down the stairs to come within range, the guard here does hear you, and he begins to turn only half his attention from what he sees kind of just barely past the crates in his way unfolding across the warehouse. Does manage a glimpse of you. You do see that this guy is asleep now that you notice. He's asleep at the desk. Looks very, very, very zonked out. But he sees you, and that's going to stop what you're able to do before we go into initiative. But everyone else's actions are able to go off. As you hear this guard, as he looks at you, "You're not supposed to be here."
It's your unlucky day, pal.
All right. Who's doing there first? Laser beam, you said you're waiting as well? You're doing something?
Yeah, so who were you targeting again, Zach?
I'll target the guy that notices plasma.
Okay.
Which guy is that?
Very
The guy on
bottom.
the very bottom.
This one here?
Yeah.
So he initially had his arrows trained, but upon hearing that, you switch targets?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll go off as everyone else's goes. But initially, he's targeting someone else.
Okay, I see. I would like to, this guy at the desk is sleeping, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and point my laser at him. That way when if he wakes up or moves, I can attack. Are we attacking right now?
Okay.
I'm about to shoot fireball, so yeah.
As you guys line up your shots and you begin to do this, you're waiting kind of for your cue for everyone to be in spot to launch your fireball so that everyone else, once everyone's ready.
That's the first shot.
All right.
Then you hear the voice of the guard at the door referring to Plasma, that he's not supposed to be here. You watch as Recurve's aim shifts in order to kind of cover your friend on the opposite side of the warehouse. And that's the only trigger you have.
I shoot a fireball mid-center of everybody.
Where?
It's got a 20-foot radius. So in...
Here?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
Yes. And then everything...
Shadow Spawn will take damage as well. But that's okay.
That's okay.
Just a projection. He's not a real member of the team. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I have to roll 8 d6s.
Do you want to borrow some?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's see here.
Don't lose your nerve now, deadweight. You finally have a chance to prove yourself.
4, 5. You want another one?
That's 8.
That's
What'd
8?
you say?
Okay.
The hazing.
Let's see.
Come on.
All right. 1, 2, 3,
So many
4,
people.
5, 6, 10, 11, 17, 20.
20?
Yeah. Target takes 8d6 fire damage on a fail save. And the fire spreads around corners. It ignites flammable objects in the area.
Said you're going here?
Yes.
No, wait. Miscalculated. Here, there we go.
So that hits.
Okay, so I need 3 of my people to make dexterity saving throws, and I need you to make one for the Shadow Spawn.
Dexterity saving throws. You got it. So roll a 20.
Yeah,
Wait,
Who's,
no, you're
who's
good.
rolling the 20?
You're good.
Justin.
Oh, I thought you.
Yeah, sorry, you're good.
Um,
It's in the top box.
I know, but the Shadow Spawn has different characteristics. It would be one of these, right?
Yep, it would
Dexterity.
be dexterity, unless it says it has a proficiency in the saving throw.
Okay.
Okay.
One.
These freaking dice, man.
Oh, no. That's a 4.
Yeah.
So I got a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's the shadow guy. Yeah.
Okay. One of the guys got a 17. The other one got a 15. The other a 19.
Damn.
How many of those are successes?
I hit 20. Oh, what do I have to...
Spell save DC.
DC is 15.
Okay, so all of them make it. So they all take half damage.
They all take 10 damage. And anything that was flammable in the area is now on fire.
All right.
Which
You
should
do
light
that
up some of the
damage?
warehouse, right?
Or are you talking to the mic?
Which should light up some of the warehouse, right?
Why
That
do you want to just
will.
burn the whole place down?
No, I mean like so we can see. It's like a big bonfire.
So you catch Yes, you catch the crates here. Let me see. I shall add lighting for you.
What that be like?
Here, and then kind of across here,
All right, no guards.
and
now.
across here.
Seek.
So, as that goes off, recurve, you have your arrow that you are meaning to fire, correct?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and fire your single shot.
Go save sewer boy.
11.
11 plus 11,
11.
22 to hit. That indeed will hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Go save sewer boy.
2, so 10 damage.
10 damage?
Can I strike too, since
Okay.
I'm with the same guy?
I will say, were you going to Misty Step or were you going to stay there?
That's a good question. I kind of want to Misty Step so that I can use the fire Dragon's Breath on both of them. I'll wait.
Okay. And then, what was the damage you rolled again?
10.
10? Okay. Has been noted. And were there any other attack actions that were going to go off? As this guy is also startled awake by the blast of fire.
Aaron, is that you? You are aimed at him?
Yeah, the guy at the desk. Can I go ahead and shoot my laser at him?
Go for it. Roll an attack roll. And then we'll say with advantage, because sitting will count as prone.
Okay, so that was 11 plus 6, so 17.
Roll again with intake the higher number.
Advantage. Still 11.
Same thing. Okay. So what is it to hit?
What is it to hit what?
The
He hit
The guy.
17.
you had 17.
Yeah.
17 will just hit this time. Go ahead and roll me damage.
I don't know where my 6-sided dice went, if I can borrow some.
It's under the mic right there.
Oh, okay, thanks. A 1. What is going on here, guys?
It's that metal dice. Wow.
Oh my god!
Giant Geo.
3 damage from your laser. Unfortunately, the back of the chair is kind of in the way, so as you go, as the damage is supposed to be, it was going to be better, it hits the chair and it kind of becomes less than what it could have been. So is there anything else that anyone had prepared to do?
I mean, I was getting ready to box these two guys.
Right, and you said you wanted to Misty Step.
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast Misty Step, where do you go?
The spot where I'll be, so it's like 3 over to the right and 1 up. I think like that area. That way, because I need to be around
Here?
15 feet from both of them. Yeah, I think that should put me.
That works perfectly.
Yeah. Which is when I will then use Dragon's Breath begrudgingly, because it was bestowed upon me by not the greatest guy, but I will use the strength from that, and it says that produces a cone, a 15-foot cone of energy upon exhale of the fire. Each creature in that area must make a dexterity saving throw, taking 3d6 damage of the chosen type on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
All right, so you'll be able to do that when we hit your turn next time. And Justin, is there anything else that you would like to do that you had prepared, a single action or bonus action that would go off?
I was gonna see if Shadow Spawn can take his action.
Since you've already given it a command, this would be more of your reaction going into this.
Okay.
You're level 6, not 30. So
Um,
higher spell slot, not my level.
And since I cast Shadow Spawn, the only thing I can do is a bonus action spell, right? that one's
No, that was
concentration.
not on a turn, so you'll be able to do one thing this time.
Okay. Can I move?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say, if you move though, you can't do anything else. This would constitute as a dash action.
Okay. All right. I will not do that. I will. Do nothing.
Do nothing?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys have prepared for this battle, taken your initial actions, you guys see ahead of you, there are a lot of enemies in this warehouse to get through to figure out what's causing these rifts and why your universes are coming together. But before we do that, we're gonna end here so we can get to that next time.
Dun dun dun.
Dude, I tell you what, those goons next to me are so lucky right now. Can breathe easy right now.
Thank you guys so much for playing.
That was such a blast. So thank you so much to our DM, Kaylee, and all of our friends who came out and joined us for this. Thank you so much to the audience, especially if you made it this far into our longest episode that we have filmed. We really appreciate anybody who has listened to this, watched this, and we are so grateful to have you.
Yeah, like Andrew said, this was the biggest project that we've done within Backseat Directing. We put a lot of time and effort into not only the campaign, but also the post-production side of things with the editing and all that stuff. So if you guys like this episode, let us know down in the comments. We have episode 2 in the bank ready to go, but we've got to see, are you guys interested? Did you guys like this? You know, because it was a lot of work to get the edit done and stuff. So thanks again so much for watching. We post new regular full episodes on Monday and Thursday on Backseat Directing on YouTube, as well as Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can check us out there as well. And that's a wrap.
Come in to let us know if you like Trash Fire or Plasma more.